Welcome. Welcome to the show. What's up? What's up, yo? You might be thinking to yourself, yo, it's early, Jay? We're bringing the Thunder early? Yes. Yes. Why? Because the press conference is on at 8 o'clock. You know, I don't want to miss the whole presser. You guys know if there's any crazy presser moment, I'd like to do a reaction to it. And I also plan on doing more than just a press conference reaction video if it's crazy. I'm gonna do a members only little Q&A action. So I'll be live with the members for the presser. That's my plan. So this stream should be about 2 hours, 10 minutes. We're gonna run through every fight on the card. So hopefully people are joining fast. Fight Society is planning on hopping in the next hour. I just DM'd him on Instagram. He actually DM'd me at like 4:30. I didn't see it till right now. I felt bad. I said, oh, shit. I said, I got him an hour late. So hopefully we're good to go. I told him 6:45, 7 p.m. Eastern time, whenever. If it's a little later, no problem. So we'll run through the prelims. And then by the time he gets here, we should be close to the main card. We're doing all of the favorite props. All of the favorite Savage props. Guys, trust me, follow everything AJ says today. He's going to get all the predictions right today. Not one wrong. Hey, thank you, Get Deleted Cow. It's AJ's week. Let's go, my boy. Faith in me is beautiful. W faith. W faith in me, bro. Thank you. So I'm going to have MMA Fight Center up, and we're going to do the usual thing. Each fight on the card, we'll talk about the best props to look at. I'm not going to spend too much time with the earlier fights on the card. I would rather, get a move on up to some of the, bigger and better matchups. You know what I'm saying? So the plan is to solid climb, savage climb to make the process happen at a decent rate. Okay? That's it. All right. Welcome in. You savages, smash the like button if you're just watching, bro. We need 20 likes in the first 5 minutes for PropAholics. It's a numbered event week. I'm doing PropAholics like a savage this week, and I think it'll be cool to have a guest. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a nice time. So, W chat, we're going to get into things, all right? We're going to get it all set up right here, and we'll go fight by fight. I'm honestly hating my hair, chat. I need a haircut. It's driving me nuts, bro. I'm looking like Mr. Fro, and I don't like it. I look like Jackie Moon, God damn it. I'm not feeling the look, man. So I got to get my damn haircut this weekend, bro. Bad. It's out of hand. It doesn't look good, Jay. So first fight on the card, okay, we have Luke Fernandez versus Rodolfo Bellato. I feel as though Luke Fernandez is going to wreck Bellato. I don't think this is a competitive fight. And it seems like a complete and utter wash for Luke Fernandez. If Bellato somehow wins, that's a savage letdown. I'm going to throw the poll up in chat right now. I'm expecting a bit of a mismatch. At the end of the day, Fernandez is one of the few American hopes of like a decent fighter on the rise. Everybody picking Max. This is giving me 2021 Charles vibes when nobody would pick him to win. I think Charles passed that point. You skipped work today, so I'll toss a like up, even on the whack-ass East Coast start time. Hey, WPDX. I'm just going live, too, because the presser's on at 8 o'clock, and I want to do members for the presser. I assume 80% of the chat will be on Fernandez. As far as the prop betting side goes, when you look towards this fight, I mean, you can ask yourself these questions, and I'll ask them with you. Dangerous prospect, knockout potential, absolutely on the table. Minus 130 for KO is not great value. Fernandez at minus 130 is, a bit disappointing. I wish it was better. I know Fernandez by finish is minus 130 on Hard Rock Bet, though. So W Hard Rock Bet. I'm seeing minus 135, minus 165 for inside distance. Dude, Hard Rock Bet has some of the best inside distance props you can find. So W Hard Rock Bet. They're not a sponsor of the show or anything, but honestly, they should be, man. Rhino Pill J. What's up, Brendo, my boy? What's going on, bro? What's going on, big dog? How you doing, man? Hey, what's up, Mazizo? My boy. Fernandez KO round 1. Okay, what is KO round 1? Fernandez KO round 1 plus 250. It's nothing too crazy. You're not getting anything too crazy, my boy. It's not a great line. Jesus. Fernandez decision plus 450. Fernandez submission plus 950. Fuck it. I'm checking Hard Rock Bet on my phone here, bro, because this doesn't make sense. Your pick is Fernandez decision because you think Bellato's durable. That's a fair take. Dude, I got the new iPhone. Holy shit, dude. The 17 is lit. The 17 is lit. I really love it, dude. I don't know why it doesn't have my login memorized for stupid fucking Hard Rock, but all right. The fuck? What the fuck is going on? You pissing me off, bro. I'm trying to get on Hard Rock Bet. What the hell are you doing? What the fuck? Taking forever. All right, we're good. Oh, they're fucking kidding me. They want me to change my password? Oh, my God. Oh. I'll do it afterwards. What the hell? How annoying is that? How annoying is that? All right, well, we'll go through it right now. Okay. Give me a second, bro. I'm trying to get the Hard Rock Bet so I can see. Luke Fernandez wins by finish, minus 130 on Hard Rock Bet. Luke Fernandez to win. Let's see. Just KO. Minus 120. You're better off just going minus 130 inside distance. Dude, I'll just say ITD at minus 130 is way better than KO at minus 120. Fuck that. I'll go ITD all day. And then we got decision for the side of Fernandez plus 450. Okay. What else we looking at? Chat's at 83%. Did I not call it? Did I not call it? I said, bro, it's going to be wide. It's going to be wide for sure. Absolutely. All right. Fernandez, 86. 86% Fernandez. Ooh, I got to silence my phone, bro. All right. Can't wait for the Find Out press conference Saturday night. I'm hoping we find out about the White House card after the presser. That's going to be fantastic. Word to the Big J. What's up, Big Baller? My boy, what's going on? What's going on, my bro? Fernandez ain't fought nobody. I mean, fair point. Fair point. You're not crazy for having that take, but he still should win this one. Bellato is still mediocre. Exactly. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We find out Saturday night. A typical Max Holloway press conference, dude. Damn, under 2.5, minus 285. Jesus. Fernandez, most significant strikes, minus 180. Damn, that's good. There we go. Early as fuck tonight, Beans Vault, because I'm trying to do a press conference watch along for my members, bro. So that's why I'm live early. I'm early, Jay, so we could go members press or watch along and have a good time together. All right. There are your prop options on the table. Fernandez inside distance. I think it's going to happen. High likelihood of success. Most significant strikes is pretty likely too. DraftKings is giving inside distance at minus 120. Mamma mia. That's fucking beautiful, PDX. That's a beautiful line. That's a cult classic line. Yeah, absolutely. Love that. All right. Fight Society's confirmed, man. So he's coming on. That'll be fun, bro. No, I can't put the presser on stream, but I can watch along that shit. I can watch along and chill and do it like that, but nah, I can't. Fernandez's decision at plus 450 is cool, but if he gets a finish, you're going to be pissed. Oh, I got to show you all the new phone, chat. This is the new phone, bro. Ooh. I love this case too. I like these spec cases because they got the grip on it, especially when I'm in the gym. I can grab it. Don't worry about it falling. Bro, I transferred everything over, same background and everything. Quick. Bam, bam, bam. It's literally just an upgraded version of my old phone. I love it. I'm honestly really hype about it. 17 is good. 17 regular, though, not the Pro or the Pro Max or anything like that. I keep it classy, you know? All right, so I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to run through this slate, and I'm going to tell you my favorite prop here is Fernandez inside distance. It has to be. It has to be. 44% on the Fernandez ITD side. I'm with it. I'm with it. 11 months sober from alcohol, but not sober from PropAholics. Let's go, Ike Kavinsky. Bro, I got a DGen parlay I'm doing at the end, too. I'm excited for this shit. I'm excited as hell. All right, we're going to get ready to keep moving on up this card here in a moment. Keep on keeping on. What's fight 2 on the card? Off the top of my head, I don't know. I got to bring up the Tapology. Oh, yeah, it's this one. The shit can warfare. AJ, tell me you've seen Rampage Jackson going crazy about the AI videos about him. No, I've not seen it. No, I've not seen it, bro. Where'd you see it? I had not seen nothing. No, I think it's Bolaños and Lee up next. Yeah. I was like, is Tapology's bout order wrong? Nah, they're on to it. Woo! Jersey girl. Thank you. Smoothie King. Thank you, Jersey girl. Guys, W Jersey girl for blessing me with Smoothie King. I didn't eat after the gym. Thank you very much. Love you. Fantastic. I needed a smoothie, bro. I said, I don't know. I don't feel like cooking no food. I can drink this on stream and chill. God bless. God bless. Delicious. All right. Let's get a move on. I want to keep moving up the card. Next fight on the card, Ji-Yoon Lee, Gaston Bolaños. My prediction here is going to be the side of Ji-Yoon Lee because I think Gaston Bolaños is essentially trash can territory. But then again, Ji-Yoon Lee is trash can territory, though. Ji-Yoon Lee is not good at all. Hey, thank you, Jersey girl. Love you. Ji-Yoon Lee is terrible. I don't feel like betting confidently on either side is easy here. But yeah, Lee by sub is there. You like Bolaños KO? Bumlaños by KO? Bumlaños by KO, bro. All right, let's keep running. Lee's a minus 350 favorite. What the hell? Lee decision plus 230. Fuck that. I would not bet it. I'll put it in there because I think some of you guys, I don't like it. I wouldn't want to bet it. Lee sub plus 350. Fuck no. Honestly, bro, Bolaños by a knockout at plus 500 is the best bet. And I don't even think that's the pick, but I will, bro. I would much rather bet Bolaños by KO at 5-1 odds than anything else. Like, these lines are shit, dude. And what's the over 1.5? Minus 185? I don't even know, bro. I don't know. Let me see. Significant strike totals. Bolaños most significant plus 170. Hey, love you, Jersey girl. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Bolaños most significant? Fuck it. I'll just put it on there. It's terrible. This is disgusting. These lines are terrible. These lines are disgusting. I'm literally nauseated at these horrendous lines, chat. Like, this is fucking gross. Hey, W useless. Fernandez inside distance. Same as my pick for the favorite prop. Chat, get the likes moving crazy. We got a guest coming on in the next hour. We got 32 likes up in here. We need 70 likes before the guest, bro. We want to show him what the Experts Army is about, you know? He tunes in sometimes to this show too. And you know Fight Society. He's a good dude. I did the collab with him yesterday. And now he's coming on here. Actually, if you haven't seen that collab, I'll definitely link it up at the end. I meant to do it earlier today, but it slipped my mind. I'll do it after the stream. I was going to put it in my community tab. Yo, check out the collab. First time Big J's been interviewed, so I definitely will have to show it off. It was a great time, bro. Great time. All right, I'm going to run the polls up because I got some good ideas for these. All right. Lee decision, Lee sub, Bolaños knockout, and Bolaños most significant strikes. Bingo bongo. There we go. There we go. There we go. Plus 230. Savage Mode USA in this hoe. Savage Mode. Savage Mode USA in this hoe. Bana, bana, bana. Savage Mode USA in this hoe. I like the story, the way you started. I say you used to do the shoeies and Bellator was the big thing. Then MMA Jesus said do a full card video. It's crazy how life gets. That is crazy, right? Useless. MMA Jesus is an OG of the MMA community. Like, he's always been in the chats. He's a wild man. Yeah, the Canadian brothers fight night picks. They started it all off, bro. They were number one. They were ahead of Guru. I remember. Hey, guys, make sure you like up the live chat. You heard? Let's go, Mazio W. Yeah, like up the chat. We want this stream going crazy. We're at 38 likes. Let's get this stream going nuts. We want this stream going parabolic, bro. This is parabolic thunder mode. The goal on this stream is passing 100 likes. I honestly wish they never stopped doing the videos either. Like, I don't know why they gave it up. I think it's just their breakdown was a lot of edits and stuff. I really thought, man, y'all should just do like a live show. Like, people don't care as much. Like, just do like how me and Finch do Moneyline. They could have kept it going once a week, whatever. I don't know. I guess they didn't love it anymore. They didn't love it, bro. They didn't love the game. Sad. Because they were first up. So rest in peace to the fight night picks, man. I think they had a good brotherly vibe, but I don't know. They stopped posting a couple years ago now. Lee money line, yeah, minus 300. Have fun. Lee decision is the winner. Third place is Bolaños KO. I'd rather bet Bolaños KO, even though I think he's awful, at plus 500 than confidently betting on anything else. This is the type of fight that I stay the fuck away from. I don't like betting on guys that I don't think are good. You know, I got to see upside in some way. Bolaños definitely is mediocre on the ground, but he does have fast hands. And if Lee is stupid and they're slugging it out on the feet, there's a possibility a big shot lands. Aspinall, I saw Aspinall signed with Eddie Hearn now as his manager. I don't know where that leads him, but yeah, things just got very interesting. I feel like that's worse for his UFC career. Like, that's going to get him in more shit with the UFC. I think the goal is Aspinall wants out of the UFC. I think he wants to box. I think he wants to get into boxing under Eddie Hearn's banner. and become like a British pro boxer. I think that's his plan. And he knows the money's better there. But I don't think he's an elite world-class boxer. Right. He's just managed by Matchroom. Exactly. But he'll still have to fight in the UFC. No, he's still doing MMA. MMA is not done for Aspinall. I think that's a misconception. A common misconception to have, though. But no, it's not true. He's not done. He's not done with MMA. He'll be back in the UFC. You will see him again. No eye pokes in boxing. True. True. All right, we're going to keep moving up. This next fight, Rafael Tobias and Dr. Nurgozhay. It's slop. I mean, I'll pick Tobias, probably a sub. Nurgozhay's got a real sus ground game, but Tobias is a little chinny, man. Tobias a little chinny. Nurgozhay's got some fast kicks. He could land something crazy. His striking's not the problem. Nurgozhay's problem is grappling. Sadi Baldiev, easy sub against him, but he's a big grappler. Tumendemberel, he's a big, tall, lanky striker. Tobias, 6'1", he's an inch shorter. Like, these two are essentially the same size. I think Tobias wins this fight if he looks to grapple. The problem is with Tobias, what happens if he comes out swinging like a wild man and just likes the knockout idea? I have seen Tobias knocked out on the regional scene one time, his one loss, violently chinned by a wild punch. And his fight on Contender Series was literally against a blown-up welterweight. Now, that doesn't mean he isn't good. He has power, throws big bombs, very like old school, kind of like a Vanderlei Silva Muay Thai set. He's a minus 180 favorite, so there has been a lot of money bet down on the opposite side because he was a big favorite. He was a minus 300 favorite at open. Earlier in the week, he was a sweltering favorite. There was massive favorite status towards Tobias earlier this week. Now it's come to minus 180. I mean, it could get even closer. I think this fight is live to end under a round and a half. I definitely think under 2.5. I see a finish between these two. It just depends. You want to go safer side or savage side? I feel like I want to check Hard Rock because I think they still have plus money. Let me double check here. I think Hard Rock still has plus money for it. The under 1.5, Nurgozhay Tobias. Minus 110. Okay, so minus 110 for the under 1.5, but it was plus money earlier in the week. It was plus 105, which is pretty nice. So under 1.5, minus 110. Tobias to win inside of the distance is a smart type of bet if you believe in him, but the line is not great. Again, I'll check Hard Rock Bet because they tend to have better odds. Minus 120, Tobias by finish. So Tobias inside distance, minus 120. Dude, Hard Rock Bet has the best inside distance props. If you're in Florida, bro, make sure you get on it. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I know from experience. They have great fucking lines available. So minus 120, Tobias inside distance. On the other side, I mean, it's got to be Nurgozhay's chance is KO. It's not going to be a sub. And if he won a decision, I'd be surprised. So I'll put plus 350 Nurgozhay KO, which maybe you're hedging it. Tobias by submission, only plus 165. Give me minus 120 inside distance because what if he knocks Nurgozhay out? Where things could get weird, though, is Nurgozhay's dangerous kicks and Tobias's hyper-aggressive style. If you want to be a degen, this is a contrarian pick. I'm not predicting this happens, but I'm thinking this is a possible outcome if the winner is Nurgozhay. KO round 1 is plus 1150. You could go round 1 and round 2, Nurgozhay KO, which is like plus 1150, plus 1250. So you could try to round prop it. You could throw $10 on round 1, $10 on round 2, $10 on round 3, and try and chase something massive. DR finish only, plus 185. Let me see. I'm seeing plus 250 on Hard Rock Bet, bro, which is pretty nice. So if you want to go, honestly, plus 250 for Nurgozhay inside distance, fuck the KO line. Just think, what if he won by sub? Plus 250? I might just do inside distance just to hedge. Or not even hedge, but just to cover both ends, I mean. Like, you got to cover both ends, dog. I think it's smart. Smarter to cover both ends. Dude, Hard Rock bet, I'm telling you, bro. Y'all fucking, if you're in Florida, or any state that has it, dude, their inside distance props are unmatched, dude. And I'm good at inside distance calls. So I'm like, yo, Hard Rock bet really is taking over this year for me. I use them pretty much exclusively now. I was on that bet online train for a long time, but it's fucking, I got sick of the crypto bullshit. Finish only, meaning decision, no action, is plus 180. Oh, shit, I thought you meant inside distance. That's even better, PDX. My God. That's solid. I'll run these up, but that's solid. Also, chat, we're at 50 likes. Keep on pumping it. 60 likes by the 30-minute mark. I want double likes to fucking minute stream. Cheers. Does Nurgozhay have any sub wins? I believe he has 2. Yep, 2 wins by sub. 2 wins by sub, 2 losses by sub. Both of those sub losses in the UFC. They say he was a wrestler. I don't know shit about his wrestling, though. He could do a titty suffocator, though. A little mother's milk. A little mother's milk. I think it's a possibility, my bros. It's possible. You have an insane $3 bet that's a hitter. What is it? What's the play? What's the play? What's the savage play? Tell me what it is, my bro. What is the savage call for you, my brother? Oh. Let's go. I'm excited. The smoothie's a godsend, bro. It's a godsend. I feel like you can put money in every fight 10 by sub and make a profit. I don't know if I'll go that far, but there's definitely going to be some subs that hit. Two X cycle, 6 props. Jesus. Can we do it at the end? I have one, but I want to do it at the end. Taking my $3 to buy half an extra value meal. That's genius, bro. Half an extra value meal sounds perfect. Everybody's on Tobias inside distance, bro. Hey, what's up, Ed Hernandez? Also, chat, what do you think of the title for PropAholics? So because it's a numbered event, I changed up the title a bit. I did UFC 326 best props with the excitement. And then because we got the collab, Holloway Oliveira predictions with Fight Society, as opposed to my normal flow. I'm curious as those that click from, the recommendeds or whatnot, what you like better, the typical style or this style. I always appreciate the, savage live viewer feedback. You know what I'm saying? Garbrandt, Johnson, Alberto, Montes, Caio, Rob Font, Michael Johnson, Gray Rodrigues. If you hit that, you are the degenist of degen savage. Okay. I wish you nothing but luck, bro. I'm against a couple of them, but this fighting game is crazy. So I'm not going to tell you it's impossible. All right, let's keep moving up the card. Let's keep making it happen, man. All right. Next fight. Sumudaerji versus Jesus Aguilar. I think Aguilar is going to get a competitive decision or a submission. I really feel like Aguilar's underrated wrestling is the X factor for me in this fight. I feel like he's going to look to time some key takedowns. I think he'll find some key takedowns. I think he'll get to top position. I think they'll scramble, but he might be able to threaten with a choke. I feel like Aguilar's sub or decision makes a ton of sense here for me. I don't know with Sumudaerji how much better is his wrestling defense got. Seeing him lose, to Tim Elliott easily, it's like, yeah, it's Tim Elliott, but he still got mauled in the grappling. And then I think about the Mitch Raposo fight, and I'm like, dude, that fight was like really close. And I don't rate Mitch Raposo. I don't think Mitch Raposo is very good. I know the Azat Maxim weird decision, but Azat Maxim is also terrible. And Tigiro Lembekov also overrated. I think Aguilar is a live underdog. But yeah, he's at a 9.5-inch reach disadvantage. He might get dominated. I know Mike Finch is confident on Sumudaerji, and of course, I respect my bro's takes there. I don't like a Sumudaerji bet. The Canada card is fucking terrible, love. I saw you reply back to me. Dude, I'm like, what are these? The prelims? On X, Aaron Bronster posted the card. And I'm like, nice prelims. So what's on the main card? The card is shit. It's the worst card I've ever seen. That card is disgustingly bad. I took Fernandez, Lance. That card is atrocious. That card is the worst card I've ever seen in my life. Seriously. The worst card I've ever seen. It's really bad. I want to look at the props here for this matchup. Let's just do a quick run through. So we're looking at everything. We're thinking logically, right? We don't want to go too crazy. I don't really love the over because what if the sub hits? Aguilar's sub is only plus 300. That's shit, though. What can I find here? Aguilar decision 6-1. Sumudaerji KO. Sumudaerji decision. What the hell? Aguilar wins under 1.5, over 1.5. Aguilar 3.5. Dude, this fight just sucks for prop betting. I don't really like the prop bets at all for this fight. I think they're pretty trash. I'm not into it. At all. I'm seriously not into it at all. I'm trying to see, does Hard Rock have any line that catches my eye? It's annoying. Aguilar sub plus 425. I guess. Aguilar sub plus 425. It's kind of boring though. It's like, it's not a bad line, but what the fuck? I don't know. This fight, betting this fight, no interest at all. Sumudaerji KO plus 255. I think Jesus money line. I think just money line. Yeah. I'll put it in. I don't care if it's PropAholics. For the plus 200 or more, I put it in. Terrible, bro. This fight is bad. I don't know. I don't like these lines at all. This is just one of those fights. Aguilar decision is plus 575. Shit. All right, we'll put Aguilar decision down. That's terrible, though. I hate all of it. It's a 50-50 poll. Great. It's a 50-50 poll. I'm leaving it at 50-50. Aguilar, Sumudaerji, 50-50 on the poll. Wow. Even fight. In a 50-50 fight, you're better off betting the dog. You know? If the chat really believes it's 50-50, value's on the underdog. I would rather bet Aguilar as a dog than betting Sumudaerji as a favorite here. Especially if he hits some takedowns, but he's dealing with a huge reach disadvantage. It's an underdog. It's a live dog. But is it the best dog you can find? Maybe not. You know? Tricky, man. Tricky. Yeah, props are trash for this fight. This fight is just not the move. This fight, like, doesn't interest me at all. Aussie Jack Della? Fuck, bro. Or Carlos Prates? I'll go Prates. I gotta go Prates, gang. I have to. I have to. I have to, bro. Hold on one sec. Just writing something down. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. Bunum, bunum, bunum. Boom. Round 3 to start, minus 180. Live. Live. I just, dude, I don't like any props on this fight. I'd rather they have 10 fights out on the White House card, like how they did Noche. 6 fights disappoints me, but I don't know. The event's going to be insane. The security rate and shit. They can't have it too packed, I guess. We need like 6 main event style fights. That's what I'm expecting. Every fight could have been a main event. Dana said he has 6 and might add more. I hope that during the presser they announce it all. Fight going distance is live. You think Bellato or Aguilar getting the upset? I think Bellato is cooked, so I'm going Aguilar. Bellato is cooked, bro. You don't got a chance in hell. No, no, no. No, no, no. You don't got a chance, bro. I don't buy it. I just don't. I think that Jesus Aguilar is a better pick than Bellato. I think Jesus does close distance here. What's up, El Vato Fishing? What's up, bro? Dude, when I was working out today, I was like, wow, I finally look noticeably leaner. Like, you know, when you just feel it, I'm like, thank God. I'm like, no more fat J. No more fat J. It's amazing. UFC loves to put 2 Codys on a card. There's 3 on this one. There's 3, bro. All right, we're jumping up to the next fight. Matchup, Durden, Tumendemberel. Simple. Durden is past his prime. Tumendemberel is evolving and could potentially be an interesting guy to watch in the UFC. I like Tumendemberel to win, and I think Tumendemberel is going to get a sub. And you could money line it if you wanted to. It's minus 145 for Tumendemberel. But, like, I'm looking at the winning method. Submission Tumendemberel, plus 400. That's fantastic. That's beautiful. Plus 400. I like the idea, though, if you try to round prop everything like an absolute savage. Like, if you look, you could go Tumendemberel to win by second round sub plus 13, third round sub plus 2250, first round plus 800. You could spread a little change across the board. I don't know. I like that second or third. Like, it's not second or third. I like the second dash also bet the third. So like you kind of got to bet both there. But $10 can make you some serious capital. Let me write it down. You know, it's DJ in savage mode. You low-key fight to end by sub plus 140. I don't think that's bad. But I just think it's a lot more likely Tumendemberel sub and Durden than the contrary. Come on, bro. Tumendemberel is scary Mongolian savage. Is he going to sell against Durden? Come on, bro. I don't think so. Under 2.5 is, damn, bro. Under 2.5 is ugly here. If you like Durden, I'm assuming you got him by decision. Durden decision plus 400. Tumendemberel decision. I'll put it down for those on the other side plus 350. If you don't think it's a finish, but I do think finish. I think violent fight incoming. Thank you guys for 61 likes. Yo, we're at the 42-minute mark of the show. By 45 minutes, let's go for 70 likes. Let's go for that. I want 100 likes by hour 10. Hour 10. Durden says he's a friend of the channel. Listen, Durden is a friend. He came on the show. He's a nice guy, but I can't pick based on friendship. I can't make predictions based on I like you as a person and think you're a nice dude. I make predictions on who the fuck is going to win fights. And sometimes I'm cold-hearted, you know, and I pick against guys that have been on the show, and that's fine. You know? It just is what it is. I don't sit and get in my head about it. Sometimes it's a little no love lost. That's the God honest truth. All right. The poll is ready to go. I had to shorten Tumendemberel's name in one of them because it didn't fit. So you see that second option there where you got Tumendem sub round 2 plus 1,300 and round 3. It's betting both of them. That's just it. Dog J wants out. Can you hear the dog? The dog's barking because a fucking vacuum's going on. Or is that a universal clue that just happened, chat? The dog was just barking. Is it because Cody Durden is the dog to play on this fight? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Is Durden the dog? Is that the universal sign? Because we had Thunder Strike and Lightning Strike and Thunder for the Turin fight when we flipped. And now we got the dog going nuts. You're good, Jersey girl. Now we're just thinking, is it that the underdog's going to pull out a win in this fight? You had to vacuum, Jersey. We got to keep it clean. Tumendem put a lot of dogs down in his day, bro. Listen, when he's hungry, he's got to eat. Oh, shit. I don't know, man. I think Tumendemberel is a scary motherfucker. Tumendemberel by sub is clearly ahead in the poll. Big Bang Bosch, man. All right. Listen, give me a round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. We're coming in with the heat. Couldn't finish. She was going nuts. Dude, you like, she has to be outside when the vacuum's on. If not, it's chaos, Jersey girl. You know how it goes. House cleaning is pushing the bet. No, it's good for the odds. I agree. Dogs got you thinking early stoppage. All right. Tumendemberel by sub wins the poll. Poll winning performance. Tumendemberel by sub. Big Bang Bosch type shit. Underdog, listen, underdog is barking because of the dog freaking out. I guess so. You're a cleaner girl. Jersey girl cleaning beautifully. I appreciate it, Jersey girl. I really do. I really do. All right. Next fight on the card. A lot of people think that one of these men is a lock, me included. Don't ever sugarcoat the fact you're right, AJ. Hey, thank you, Maziz, yo. I appreciate you. No sugarcoating bullshit. All right, all right. Let's keep on climbing up. Just let me get the timestamp written down. All right. Next fight on the card. We got Ricky Turcios and Alberto Montes. You got to go Montes with the high caliber grappling. You got to trust the submission game over Turcios' game. I feel like Turcios doesn't have much power, so a striking threat isn't there. I doubt he's winning by submission against a guy with Montes' level of choke game. He's a front headlock position mastermind. And I think if Montes loses here, like this is a savage upset. Like Jordan Levitt beating Del Valle, hindsight, it's like, yeah, but Levitt's got some decent wins. Turcios doesn't. 2 UFC wins by split decision, barely getting by. And then losing a Sopai and then Rosas and even losing as a hobby. And it's at 135. Now he's trying to move up to 145. I think Montes should be good to go with a live submission threat. You don't need to use this fight as an odds chase, though. You can, but it's minus 190, minus 185 on a Montes money line. So if, you know, you're thinking to yourself, I think he wins, but what if it's a decision? You could just run it with that. Now, sub is still at a good line. Montes by sub is plus 275 for the sub. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Montes sub at plus 275 is nice. Montes decision plus 190. AJ, you legit hate Turcios. He's got a volume activity game. That's a bit of value. Not saying he's going to win, but I mean, yeah, he's got heart. He's okay. I think he's going to lose, though. I think Montes got him. I think Montes is going to strangle him. AJ for the people. Let's go, Jordan Harper, my boy. I am for the people, bro. This is the For the People show. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. For the people, Jay. I don't hate Turcios, though. I just don't think he's any good. He had a close fight with Zahabi. Zahabi's a mid-striker, though, and he's a bantamweight. Montes sub. Montes decision. What else do you think? Any lines jumping out to you guys on the props? I've been talking about a lot of my props and having you guys vote, but do you guys have a prop that I haven't mentioned? Montes sub seems like the massive agreeance. Montes looked tired in a fight. after winning by sub second round. I'm not betting it, but Turcios' decision isn't crazy. Turcios' fucking decisions him up. What is round 2 sub? D-gen shit. Montes sub round 2 plus 1100 if you like it. I don't know. I fuck picking the round on that shit. That's how I feel. Like, fuck picking the round. I don't want to pick the round there. Hey, let's go premium picks. What's up, my boy? Montes is 80% of the chat's pick. How is it that the odds are kind of close, though? Like, I don't get how he hasn't swelled as a favorite. Like, if you look at fight odds and you think to yourself, like, at open, Montes sat at minus 185. He grew and then he shrunk. He's still in the same lineup, and like everybody's calling Montes a lock. Montes over 1.5 plus 115. I'll put that on there for you. I'll put that there. Montes fought a similar dude on Contender and wasn't all that. Yeah, it was Cameron something, I believe. Carlos Calderon. I thought Cameron Calderon. And he got him in the second round with the Anaconda. He's good at those Anacondas and those Darces. He's a front headlock, man. He is Mr. Front Headlock. He's nasty from that position, dude. I guess my thought pattern is Montes should win. Could it be longer? Sure. Could it be second round? Sure. Could it be late? Sure. Nobody's really picking Turcios, so I don't even want to waste time putting a Turcios line in the poll. But let's see. Montes second round submish. Bro, if you're playing that shit at plus 650, you're getting robbed. Hard Rock has it at plus 1100. Like, if you're playing it over at fucking Bet Online, it's hot garbage, bro. Hot garbage. I gotta reach out to Hard Rock Bet, man. They should be fucking sponsoring the show. You like Montes over 1 round at plus 100? That's good too. There's some good lines on this one. I think you can definitely find ways to win. Turcios out, and then he was scheduled to fight Smotherman. Fight doesn't happen, and I was picking against him there. Montes is a lot better than Smotherman at grappling. Get your votes up in the poll. I think Montes by sub will be my pick as far as the lineup goes, but I like the other options there. You always bet Turcios? You're a wild man. You're crazy, bro. You always bet Turcios? Shit. Front headlocks are deadly, dude. You like the Turcios plus 3.5? He takes around. That'd be like a disappointment from Montes, though. That would be like him being a letdown prospect type of situation, you know? Turcios just, he's not that guy, pal. He's not that guy. Turcios is not that guy, bro. Turcios isn't as bad as people think. I know. He won the Ultimate Fighter. But I think Montes is decent. Montes is decent. Come on. Make sure you guys smash the likes too, chat. We're about to hit the hour mark. Let's go 80 likes for 1 hour. What's up, Dirty Reg? If you're just tuning in, what is up, man? What is up? Got a special guest coming on here in the next 5-10 minutes. First ever PropAholics guest. I think this would be a good time. He knows the vibe of PropAholics too, so we'll still be answering chat. It should be a savage show. March 7th. You know, March 7th is my brother's birthday too. He should give a birthday breakdown. What the hell? He really should. Montes sub is way out in the lead. Hey, Heisenberg, thank you for the $2, bro. Lee Bolaños decision, RoboCop decision, max under 85.5 is plus 1790. Yo, you're a DGen savage, Heisenberg. Thank you for the $2 dono, bro. I appreciate you, my man. All right, so to close out that poll, and our guy's getting ready to join in. I see him right there. What's up, bro? We'll have you on in just a minute, man. We got the winning vote and my pick, Montes to win via submission. I'm also going to set up the poll for the next fight, and then we're going to introduce the savage guest on the stream, which I'm excited for, man. You guys know him. I was on his show yesterday. He's doing a solid coming on mine. Let's bring the guy in himself. All right, let's bring him in. Wyatt, Fight Society, the Savage. What's going on, bro?
My man, how you doing? It's good to see you again.
Feeling good, bro. Yeah, double days seeing my face, man. I appreciate you coming on my show after I went on yours. I think it looks good like this. Like the way that you had it, I liked it a lot. We'll have it like this. You know, with certain ones, we'll bring the tail of the tape up. I am excited for you to get into the, you know, the picks and the bet side of things. I know you're excited for that shit too, bro.
Me too, man. It's a pleasure to, it was a pleasure to have you on yesterday, and I'm super excited to be on your show, dude. It's a little bit of a cult classic, our appearance yesterday. My audience really liked our chemistry yesterday.
Dude, I was happy to see. I was looking at the comments. I collabed with it too. I had never done like a collaboration type thing like that. Yeah. I thought it would show up in my video feed, but then I found it on the side as like collaborations is a separate thing. So I was excited that it worked. Yeah, man. I enjoyed the energy, bro. It was good stuff. After this stream too, I'm gonna link people up with our video there. And I was also thinking later tonight, I'll probably post it in the like community tab too. Like, yo, if you didn't see yesterday's show, just to, you know, give it more of a push. But yeah, it was a good vibe, bro. We had a good time together.
It was a good time, man. And before, I understand it's PropAholics. If we don't want to talk about any news stuff, I totally understand. But did you see Eddie Hearn signed in with Tom Aspinall?
I did. We can talk news. Listen, the people, they want to hear all things on PropAholics, man. You know, as long as we still talk props, we're good. Everything. Dude, I think that is kind of like Eddie Hearn's get back at Dana for taking, you know, Conor Ben. He's like, all right, well, we're going to get you heavyweight champion. I'm curious what that does with like negotiations, right? For the UFC. Does that change how things are set forth with like Aspinall's trajectory? Like, is it, we're not going to re-sign because he's going to box for us in 2 years or something? Like, I don't know, man. What do you think about that?
I think Eddie Hearn seems like a cool dude. So I don't want to like accuse him of being some, you know, like using Tom as a prop to get at Dana. But it is interesting that, I mean, the worst treated UFC champion, I guess, since Francis is signing with the guy Dana White is essentially at war with right now. So I wouldn't put it past Eddie to kind of be using Tom as a pawn in all of this. But with that said, I don't know what it means for Tom's contract, but I think we're about to get a Tom has vacated the belt, Jones versus Pereira for the undisputed heavyweight at the White House. I think we're getting that type of announcement in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I think so. What about tonight? I mean, press conference is on here in the next hour and a half. Like, we might be hearing it in the, you know, 90 minutes or so, which that'd be sick, dude.
I think it'd be sick. I think the way that they can really, because there's a lot of talk about the way they fumble promo these days. I swear, if we get the White House card announced on a Dana White IG Live, I'm going to lose my shit, man. I'm going to lose my shit. They got to do something big, like even get Trump to be the one to like announce the card or something. That's how they can make it big. And I saw an interview today. He said that it's 6 fights and they're thinking about adding a 7th. So it's going to be a short card.
That's quick, man. Yeah, I heard it was 6 to 7, but I'm hoping for like 10. But at this point, I'll settle for 7. 6 is going to feel just like a breeze. 2 hours and we're done for, man.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be on CBS. It'll probably be a different presentation than we're used to. But if it's 6 or 7 fights, it's probably going to be all massive names. We're not going to get some sort of like, up and coming American guy. Like, I don't even think we see Bo Nickel on the card.
No.
Like, I think it's going to be all headlining type names,
Yeah. No, I think you're onto it. If it was 10, I thought they would stack it on the prelim with some up and coming Americans and try and add a little appeal. But nah, if it's 6 or 7, like every fight should feel like at the least a fight night main event is my thought process.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's
So crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
The cracks in Dana's armor are shining through a little bit. It feels like the first time in a while that the UFC has some like mainstream pushback. Like the hardcores always push back on like lazy promotion, fighters getting mistreated by the promotion, things like that. But I think this is the first time that we're seeing like on a very public stage, people fire. Like the UFC is getting it from all angles right now. Eddie Hearn, boxing, MMA, YouTube, even ESPN is not as favorable to the UFC since they lost the broadcasting rights. So UFC's taking it from all angles right now. No Jones.
I'd even say, hey, that's funny. I'd even say myself, I always, I try my best to be pro the sport that I love in the biggest promotion, but at times it's a little frustrating. I mean, I didn't love the whole Aspinall winning the belt and then not getting like a presentation press conference thing a while ago. But that's why when we talked, I was thinking it's like, seems easy for them to strip him of the belt because they never really gave a fuck that he was champion. It didn't have like any appeal. It's like, yeah, he's the champ, but like, we don't really care,
Yeah, man. And one last point about it before we get into props and all that, but
Yeah.
I don't want to talk your ear off about the news stuff, but it makes me so mad that John Jones at the end of all of this, wasting 2 years of Aspinall's career, being the degenerate that he is outside the cage. At the end of the day, I think he's going to get his way and he's going to fight Ferreira for the heavyweight belt, which drives me crazy that the good guy in Tom Aspinall is getting shorted here. But that's the game. That's the fight game, dude.
A little toxic, bro. The good guys finish last type shit in this fight game, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
No, I think you're right. I guess we'll find out hopefully by this weekend and we'll get like a clear picture of what lies ahead. But I'm definitely on the extremely hype side for the White House card, hearing that if it is 6 fights, like it's going to be 6 cult classics,
Yeah, man. And I think yesterday you said something about how you don't rate the beginning of the year too much when it comes to judging how it's going to go. And that honestly changed my perspective a bit because I was starting to get a little bit cynical about the UFC in 2026. I'm like, man, they're fumbling this Paramount deal. And then once you told me that yesterday, I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, not a great card this weekend, but BMF, sick fight. And then we got Yuri fighting for the belt on a stacked card. Who knows what May is going to be? And then we got White House in June, and then we got International Fight Week in July. It made me like, it kind of like reframed how I view the UFC's year so far a little bit. So I actually appreciated that.
Hey, let's go, man. I'm glad because I've noticed it. I've paid attention to a pattern because always it would start off past couple of years. I'm like, man, I'm like, this sucks. Like, it's kind of what I would think. But then I'm like, oh, we pick up. So like, at least according to my evidence of what was in previous years, things should get better over the course of, the next 2 to 3 months. I feel like we'll be at a good point. Now, we definitely, we can talk news towards the end some more and go back and forth. I enjoyed it. The collab yesterday, man, people were like, yo, they got to do it more. We should, man. We definitely got to bring, maybe every month or two, something together and collab it up, talking the current events and big fights, bro. I think
I'd love to, dude. Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah, no, I'm in on that 100%, bro. I really had a good time yesterday, and I'm excited to bring you into the prop side of things. So
let's go.
To those that don't know, I was on this Savage's show yesterday, Fight Society. He's on the rise on MMA YouTube, 20,000 subs. I'm excited for him. He's got some good content, man. And he wants to, dip the toes too into the number side, a little plus money savagery. So we're doing PropAholics. This is the first ever time that I've had a legit guest on PropAholics. We're still going to be looking at the live chat and talking to you guys. When I'm not going to be ignoring you guys and, just leaving you out in the cold. No cold shoulder to the chat. And I'll still be running the polls like the usual show. But of course, we're going to also get Wyatt's take in on everything that we're doing. So you actually came at the perfect time. I was like, yo, hopefully he'll come about this point. We're about to jump up to this next fight, which is, not a mega fight by any sense of the word, but Donte Johnson and Cody Brundage are going after it. I guess, I'm assuming your take is the same as mine and you're going for the side of Donte Johnson to win, right?
I am. Yeah. I mean, what is like, if you think about Cody Brundage's role in the UFC, it is to get smoked by prospects they're trying to build. They put him up against that Mansour Abdul Malik guy. I know that ended up getting changed to a draw or a no contest. But Cody Brundage is in there to get smoked by guys they want to build. I mean, he's 11-8. That kind of speaks for itself. 11-8 Cody Brundage going up against a 7-0 Johnson. The interesting thing that I see here is the undersized from a height standpoint for middleweight that Donte Johnson is. I even saw him talking about potentially going down to 170, but I'm going Brundage getting stopped in the first round and a half, probably.
I think you're on the money with that too, man. PDX, thank you for $19.99. Dana deserves props. The White House card idea is ambiguous and audacious as hell. Ambiguous. Hey, WPDX, thank you for the dono, man. We'll even get the sound up for you, bro. You're getting the dono train going, man.
I love that.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Listen, I like Dana chasing something great with the White House card for sure. And like, that's why I'm not ready to say the UFC's on a downward slope yet, man. We'll see what happens over the next couple of months. And when they announce this card this weekend, I think we'll have a good idea. So yeah, the pick is simple, man. Like if it's not Donte Johnson winning, I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know, that's my thought pattern for this matchup. And I like what you said. Like, if he goes to 170, he could be a force to be reckoned with his physicality at that weight class. Holy shit. How does he get it done? I think our brains just auto go, yeah, he's probably going to starch Cody Brundage within the first, few minutes of the fight. The thing about Cody, and you know this about him, he's a stubborn guy at times. And unless you're hitting him with illegal shots, doesn't tend to bail until round 2. I was thinking to myself, just on like the D-Gen side, and I'm like, yo, Johnson by sub is at plus 550, and he got a sub last time. You know, sometimes with these, D-Gen props, you can find some magic. I don't think that's the most likely result, but at minus 175 knockout or plus 550 on the submission, it seems like, hey, maybe a little sprinkle there could be cool.
I don't mind it. The problem that I have with Cody Brundage, and that's why I lean a little bit more towards TKO KO in this fight, is Cody's tough. He is hard to get out of there. Like, he will take some damage. He's a punching bag for a lot of his fights, but when he moves backwards is like when you start to see the holes in his game, because there has times, even in the Bo Nickel fight, when he was pushing forward a little bit, chops a calf kick, a little bit of a 1-2, he's got something going on, but it's almost like as soon as he takes a back step, you're like, okay, this is the beginning of the end. Like Mansour Abdul Malik started kind of stalking him. Same thing, I think, for Johnson. I think Cody, if he gets backed up to the barrier, or not the barrier, the black line, the little black line between the fence and the middle of the cage. Once he gets outside of that, I think that's where Johnson starts ripping big shots. And we see Cody Brundage, after some big shots, doing his best Anthony Lionheart Smith impression up against the cage.
I like that. I think,
but I don't hate this. I don't hate taking it by sub. I don't hate it.
No, but you're right, though. I mean, like, most likely outcome is big shots and turtling Brundage. It's just Woody grab a neck instead of just pounding on him. What's interesting is, like, with finding value on the line, like betting a KO at minus 175, regardless of how likely it is, never really feels great. So, like, what I tend to really like a lot is inside distance. And I'm like a big inside distance fanatic with Hard Rock bet. I've been, honestly, bro, you talking about glazing some fighters. I've been glazing the fuck out of Hard Rock bet because they got like pretty good finish props normally, like just wins by finish. They don't have a good one here. It's minus 375, but like Donte Johnson should stop him. Then I look and I'm like, okay, what can we find? One of the things I hate is the under 1.5, betting it at like minus 180. When it's like, even though I think Johnson gets him out of there, Brundage is a guy that could get into like that panic survival mode and end up, kind of not weathering a storm, but like holding on for all things great. So like the lineup is kind of shit right now for the prop looks. It's just one of those fights where money line is minus 700. There's not much you can really find as far as value. So right now I got 3 props that the chat is going to vote on. And, obviously we can pick our favorite with it. Yeah. Johnson by KO at minus 175, Johnson sub plus 550, under 1.5 and minus 180. How do you feel about Johnson first round knockout? Because I think that right there, That's decent, right? We're looking at, you want to hear the line for it? I think you're going to be a little disappointed. Plus 150 for it. So it's not
first round knockout.
Yeah.
I'd stay away from it.
I know.
At those odds, at least, I'd stay away from it.
Right. It's just, dude, that's the one thing. I love the prop deep dives, but there's like certain fights that, dude, I'll be trying to find it. And then it just leads to predicting the more awkward finish of a submission tends to be like your hope for making some capital, man. So I'm going to run the poll up for the chat. Obviously, right now, 85% as expected are all over the side of Johnson to win. I don't think there's much of a chance for Brundage, and most likely it's a finish. So, like, just so you guys in the chat have it, like, inside distance is a lock of locks. If Johnson were to win a decision, I'll be honest, I'd be more surprised than if like Bellato won by upset for a Johnson decision, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, let's get these numbers in here. We're running the poll. Yes, we'll be answering the chat. Don't worry, guys. I'm looking at the chat. I see you. First ever PropAholics guest, man. We're getting it all sorted together. All right, we're making it happen here. Got to get the right look. Johnson KO seems like the big call. I see premium picks. What's up, my bro? Johnson KO? I think so. D Johnson TKO inside distance. It's just the value is shit. You don't like first round? Premium picks. If you don't like first round, though, and you feeling a little ballsy and you want to say, all right, he survives. If you went Johnson KO round 2, you're jumping the odds a ton. You're looking at plus 450. So the second round, if you have faith in Brundage, who was just knocked out 4 weeks ago. Let's see what the chat poll is looking like here. KO. Is there? Oh my God, there is a fucking typo. It's round 1 KO. I'll change it. But low key, man, round 2 is way better. I might put round 2. Plus 150 in the slate. Like, what do you think about round 2, man? You think Brundage survives the storm?
Him getting knocked out, what was it? I think it was on the Volt card, right? Yeah, so a month ago. Maybe if it was not, if you take out that context, and I just think Cody Brundage, Donte Johnson, full camp for both guys, have had 6 months off, 4 months off, whatever. I would say maybe Cody can like drag this out a little bit, but he did just get chinned, or not. He got TKO'd, not totally chinned, but he did get TKO'd 5 weeks ago. I think Donte Johnson with one big just overhand right there puts him down, and Cody, it might even be out of his hands when it comes to a toughness standpoint, because Cody's a tough guy. He's not the most skilled fighter in the world, but he's tough as shit. If he wouldn't have gotten KO'd or TKO'd 4 or 5 weeks ago, I would say, yeah, maybe second round, but I'm going to stick to round 1 KO, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll leave it up as is, because I'm thinking to myself, he gets beat by KO against Rouston, and Rouston is a guy that's patient. Donte, it's all gas from the start of the fight, and it's his second UFC fight. I feel like we'll see a bit more comfortability. That Dumas fight was a warm-up, What shocks me, though, is thinking about Dumas out-grappling the fuck out of Cody Brundage a few years ago. That was like, what the hell, man?
Dude, me and Cedricus Dumas go back, dude. Me and him, he was like the first fighter I ever had any sort of beef with, because I made a video about his criminal record, and he slid my DMs, calling me like a dick rider and saying that I look like I beat up my mom. And I was like, yo, man, you're the one with domestic violence charges. I think you're the one that would be more likely to do that. And I think I made a joke because he would charge people like $100 per interview.
Really?
And that's not really supposed to be a thing. I know there's some podcasters that'll throw a little bit of money around to have guests, but you're not really supposed to be paying people. It's like a journalism type thing. You're not really supposed to be paying people for interviews. And I made a joke to him. I was like, hey man, let's take this out of the DMs. Hop on my channel for an interview. I won't pay you the 100, but you could get some squeeze out of it by, hopping on my channel. And I had like literally 100 subscribers at the time. I was surprised he saw that shit.
Damn, he was fucking testy about it, dude. That's funny as fuck. It's always interesting, right? When like you got some fighters popping in. I remember years ago, Chris Curtis got pissed when I was like kind of trash talking his chances. I think it was against Hawes, and he went out and looked good. And then like there's been other guys that have hopped into William Knight has been like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about?
William Knight's one of the worst UFC fighters ever.
He is. Listen, they sometimes they hate hearing it, but we got to analyze the truth, and especially, you know, with the criminal record on Dumas' society, it's public information, man. It's not like you're making up assumptions or he seems like it. It's like, no, it just is. It's absolute.
Dude, I've picked against teammates and had to go into the gym and explain my pick.
Oh, shit. Honestly, though, I respect that. I would be the exact same way because, like, oh, I'm friends with this guy, so I pick him. It's like, well, your credibility's gone now. You know, like exactly. Your take is bullshit now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like the thing, like with the Charles, I know we'll get to Charles and Max in a second, but we talked about our picks for that fight yesterday. And I don't think I've picked against Charles since I started my channel. Even the Makhachev fight, I think I picked Charles. Sure. But I love him so much, but I don't think he's going to win this weekend. And so that's the thing where I sit there and I have to fight my heart where I'm like, no, I want Charles. I really, truly, I'm going to pick Max. I haven't made my picks video yet, but I'm going to pick Max and hope that I'm wrong, you know?
Yeah, I know that feeling. And I respect that because it's about who you think wins the matchup, not who you like most, you know? And it's easy, though, to get clouded, right? When you have love for certain fighters that, for whatever reason, we just feel drawn towards, you know? But yeah, I fully get it. And if you're wrong, you're okay with it because you're like, hey, at least the guy I like won, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
For me, they're coming from my head, though. If I'm off, there's going to be a small percentage that comes after me. Oh, I like him that he won. Well, you lost me motherfucking money, bro. That's what people will be saying in the chat.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes it's very rare because I don't do full card predictions for every card. I do them for like the big ones.
Yeah.
But you know, now the stuff we've been talking about, I'll probably be doing more of them. But
good.
There's been a few people that have been like in my DMs, like, I fucking lost $100 because I used your picks on a parlay. And I'm like, hey, man, if I put money on this too, I would have lost money as well. Don't freaking I had one guy that was like, I'm going to find your IP address and we'll go from there. I was like, oh shit, dude.
Some dudes are crazy. You know, I'll be honest. It's a common thing. And, you know, the good thing is like most of the savages, especially right now, like, you know, we got good folks in the chat that they hate the, you know, bullshitter trolls, but fight companion day. Holy shit. I swear to God, people wait by their fucking computer or their phone. They don't even click on the stream until I miss a pick. Boom. Fuck you, you shit. You lost me. They probably didn't even bet it either. You know, they just watching the fights, but they just like, can't wait to troll. But honestly, it's good for interaction, man. Like they say, like your channel's moving well when you have some of the negative too, especially in your like mainstream content.
It's all it as far as the YouTube algorithm goes, it's all engagement.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Yeah.
So you like over 1.5 Mbobo? Okay. Listen, you got balls on that. I think I gotta lean towards the underside, you know? I think that's the way to run things. Under 1.5 if you want to go for it. Johnson KO round 1 is gonna win by only a few points. You know, in second place, Johnson KO just straight, but it's -175. Savage Wendigo, that's crazy. I don't give a fuck if I lose. We're just having fun. Honestly, that's like the normal take of like a sane human, bro. But you know, in this space, Savage, you tune into the fight campaigns, you know, sometimes these guys take it a little bit to a new level, you know? True. There's always those strange basement dwellers, but it's always kind of fun to see because I've been doing this, you know, I'm talking to you now. I've been doing this so long, right? That like I remember when the trolls first started popping in when you're a little bit younger. It's more like, man, fuck you, you know? As the time goes on, it's like, hey, this is beautiful. Like, you know, I've got people to go out of their way to say something, whether it's good or bad. I would rather hear something than silence. You know, the worst thing if the chat wasn't moving and I was sitting there live and nothing's happening versus if it was all negative, better than zero, man.
That's right. That's right. Controversy creates cash. Yeah, it's actually
man.
When I was at RAF this past weekend, I guess at RAF, one of the executives is Eric Bischoff, who was like one of the early days guys with WWE. And he wrote a book called Controversy Creates Cash. And then when we went to the post-fight press conference, they told us, don't ask about the Arman Sarukian brawl. And Mike Heck from MMA Fighting, he was like, well, Eric, I mean, you're the guy that wrote the book, Controversy Creates Cash. How are you going to tell us not to ask about the controversy? And then, you know, the next day it was up on their YouTube, so they changed their minds. But to your point, dude, just any sort of back and forth, positive, negative, it's good. It's all good. Yeah, it's good for good for the engagement, good for the algorithm.
Yeah, no, I fully agree, bro. It's good shit. We got to keep moving up, man. We're going savage mode. Listen, Dirty Reg, too much chat. Listen, bro, we're having a good show. We're having a good time. We're chatting it up, Dirty Reg. Chill. We're getting back on business, man. We never had a guest on this show yet. We're getting it figured out.
It's my fault, dude. I be yapping.
Yeah, it's good. It's good conversation, bro. I like to hear it, bro. We have good chatter, man. All right, next one. I'm gonna get the poll up. You know what it is? It's Xiao versus No Love. But let me get the poll up. I'm telling you, bro, I go like animalistic savage mode with this because I got members stream after this. So what I do is I do live timestamps, bro. So I'm like checking the clock as we go through, and then we'll make it happen right after, bro. Savage hustling, I call it for this type of shit.
I see it, dude. I see it. I love the grind, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. All right, let's get into this next fight on the card. I'm going to shrink us down and bring the tail of the tape up. We got the featured prelim, Cody No Love versus Xiao Long. I'm a believer that Cody No Love has one more to pull out against a guy like Xiao Long. Come on, bro. And I'm excited that you're excited about it too. I'm like, how the fuck are you going to put Xiao Long 1-2 in the UFC as a favorite here? Especially because it's not like he's shown amazing wrestling, and that would be kind of the way to get past Cody. And it's not like he's this like insane puncher. Like he knocked out Kwang Bang Lee, but like to be fair, Kwang caught him with some shots too, and he hit him, clean, and he put him down, and it is what it is. But like Cody's cracking Barsalos with knees in the close range, and he's mixing it up with the hands. Round one, he's looking good. I think that Cody Garbrandt has another performance in him left in this type of matchup. And I think you're thinking the same. If not, at the very least, you're excited about the possibility, bro. What do you think?
Call me crazy, bro. I'm going with No Love. I mean, I look at Xiao Long and you look at him and you go, who the fuck is that guy? And then you look at the people he's fought as well. And you're like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just like nostalgia of me hanging on to like what was of Cody Garbrandt's heyday. But putting him as the underdog, I know it's not much. I think it's what is Cody in this? Plus 130, something like that?
135 plus 130 range, yeah.
Yeah, so I just think it's crazy. I mean, considering that Cody, he's got no chin left, it's still Cody Garbrandt. He's got fast hands. He's got good boxing. He's chinny as hell, but he's got good hands. And I think that a guy like Xiao Long has not been there and done that the way that Cody Garbrandt has. And I think that, of course, no chin. That's Cody. That's Cody No Love. It's Cody No Chin. But Cody has fought a high level of competition. Even recently, like UFC 300, he fought Davison Figueiredo. He has fought good competition leading up to this not so great spot in his career. Xiao Long, I know he's got a better record. I mean, he has a ton of fights too, 27, and he's got 34 or 37 fights. I'm gonna go Cody. I don't know what though.
I feel like it's one of those situations where, yeah, I know it's PropAholics, but
yeah,
I'm putting a just money line at option at plus money. Cause like in my brain, I play it out in my head and I'm like, okay, yeah, Cody's got a chance for a counter, but I think 2 rounds to 1. He might lose a round. Xiao's a crazy motherfucker that comes aggressive and he has good elbows, and maybe Cody slows down in the later stage of the fight, and there could be a moment there and Xiao Long hurts him, but I don't think he's going to put him away. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing prop options, of course, for the people that want to attack a prop, but I got Garbrandt decision, Garbrandt KO, and then money line No Love. And then I am going to give a chance for the contrarian side in. And I think if Xiao Long is to win, I think he probably wins on the judges' scorecards.
I hear that, dude. Now that I think about it, the way that Cody just refuses to accept that his chin is non-existent, I could see Cody getting the first 2 rounds, putting those in the bag, and then round 3 gets a little reckless, and like Cody might get dropped and get chinned a little bit, have to survive the last minute or so of the fight, and losing that 3rd round on damage. So I like a 2-1, 29-28 Cody decision. I like that too.
I like it, bro. I think that's a money call. I think we're on a good pick here. I feel like, I don't know. I watched Xiao Long's road to UFC run. I watched his entire UFC career, and never once was I like, oh my God, this guy is underrated. I was always like, this guy's fucking mediocre. Like, he can wrestle. It's like, all right, like, you're a slugger. And even, dude, I picked Kwang Lee. Kwang Lee, I picked against him. Granted, I was wrong there, but I was like, come on. If I'm thinking Kwang Lee can outbox you, and granted, I know I took the L, but I'm like, all right, Cody No Love, if he's got just an ounce of fight left, I'm going to say that he pulls it off. And the chat agrees with us. They're going 64% on the no love side, and now run it up with some polls up in here. And I know you've tuned in to PropAholics a couple times before. Yeah, I love the interactive element. I felt like something that was like missing in the space was an opportunity for like the people watching to get like their voices heard with like the predictions and, you know, the live chat and stuff like that. And like, you know, get more of a chance to be like, oh shit, I'm a part of this show. Like, you know, without, you know, the chat, it's like this show doesn't really have the same feel, you know? So if I'm gonna bring up a few comments, speaking of that now, Cody barely beat Trevin Jones. Listen, man, I know the Trevin Jones fight was a little testy a while ago. He did look real good against Kelleher. And then let's rate his performances since then. He looked okay striking with Figgy. And in his most recent one, he won a round off Barcelos, who I still rate as solid. I feel like, you know, I know the Trevin Jones thing, but Trevin Jones did knock out Mario Batista years ago. So if we're going way back, like I'm not going to over think that too much. But, you know, I guess you're going towards the side of Xiao Long Majestic. I see it. Cody plus 3.5 will probably hit at chalk money. I'd rather just go money line for plus though. I don't want to play minus 140 or whatever it is. Cody split decision. What are the odds of that? All right. So Cody no love to win via split decision. This means you're grabbing your balls and you're running plus 1400, bro. Split decision, no love. If you're a D-Gen savage, man. What do you think about Cody split decision, Wyatt?
Hear me out. It makes a little bit of sense. And I know I'm going to go here. I'm about to start justifying somebody's, you know, risky bet here, but Cody could very well put almost 2 rounds in the bag and then fade, whether it be cardio or he gets clipped late round 2, to where I could see somebody giving Xiao Long round 2. So maybe, and this could be me just like confirmation bias trying to confirm, but I could see it because Cody, like the beginning of round 1, he usually doesn't come out crazy hot, like low output for that first like 120 seconds or so, and then he picks it up. So when I judge fights, like when I'm scoring them, I try to go minute by minute in the round and then decide at the end of the round, because the mistake that I've made at times is watching it as an entire round and being like, okay, I think it went this way because the last minute was very heavily towards, you know, whoever maybe got a knockdown or landed a big combo. And so I started trying to like judge the fights minute by minute. And I noticed that Cody is like the first 2 minutes, he's not Peter Yan where it's like no output in the first 2 minutes or anything like that. But he is a little bit slow out of the gate, finds his rhythm, starts to let things go. Minutes like 3, 4, and 5, and then into the second round, and then late second round we see Cody start to fade, and so I could see a split for Cody is what I'm trying to say. A very long-winded way to say I could see it going split decision for Cody, but I think it's Cody decision overall. And split sounds all right. I mean, if somebody wants to throw money at 1400, fuck it.
Okay, yeah, $10 can make you 140. You know, it's
exactly.
Like, it's something. I like what you said though, because like you got to like kind of compartmentalize the moments in the round, a minute or two, and then, you know, you score it. Like I'll be like, as the fights are going on, sometimes like I'll say like, you know, as of right now, X person is winning the round. And sure, I'm doing it for the people watching live, but also it's almost like a mental check for myself. Okay, so far I'm scoring it for this person. And then if something major happens, you know, I could potentially sway it towards, you know, the other side and things like that.
And it depends on what kind of judges we got too. I know that the actual criteria is damage, but you do have some judges that still prioritize that control time, where you'll see someone get 3.5 minutes of control time and get the round, even though the person that might have been on their back for 3 minutes lets off some damaging combos towards the end of the round. To me, at least, if we're scoring damage, which is what it technically should be based on the criteria, I would give somebody that had a very damaging 90 seconds the round over somebody that had a very controlling, grappling 3 minutes, maybe, you know? So I think it also just depends. And this is the shitty thing about combat sports, is that the rule set is up to interpretation from the judges at times. And so I think it'll partially depend on who we got on the judges. Like we'll see somebody like a Sal Diamato give like a 30-27 to Xiao Long.
So that split might be perfect then.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
You're so right. Because it is interesting. And people always say, no, bro, they're like damage trumps all. And I've been saying that for a long time. But the judges don't always go off damage. You know, it's like certain events, certain places, yes, damage trumps all. And you see a reflection of that in the cards. And I'm like, okay, we're good to go. But elsewhere, positional control is still going to pull off round wins, man. So yeah, it is interesting that like still to this day, they haven't made it like concrete. They can say they have, but like the judges have not necessarily heard all of that. You know, they're still like, no, we're going to score it our way. And like, whatever that rule book says, well, it's my interpretation of what damage even is. You know, what does that mean? You know, it's like, well, he had control. He views that as, well, you hit him with the shoulder strike. Maybe there's damage on that. Like, I don't know, man. It is odd because it is, you know, a sport that's judged on interpretation. Like, you know, I know you were saying, yes, how you play baseball and stuff. It's like there's absolutes, you know, that home run hits, the score at the end of the game is what it is versus like MMA. We could have, yo, man, we all thought, and you're probably with, we all thought that, you know, Yijia probably got that nod over Khan Ofli, or at least a draw. And then he ends up, you know, losing the fight.
Yeah, exactly. Oop, I think I got a little lag. Am I going?
Oh, you do got a little lag, man. You want to just rejoin in and hop out and rejoin?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Yeah, W, bro. We'll send them out and send them back, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the collab stream, man. I think this is a fun special feature with Fight Society. I was on his show yesterday. If you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. You like the dude? He's cool, man. We really hit it off. We did the show yesterday, and it was just a good vibe. And then I had told him we had like a 2-part deal. I'll go on his channel. He comes on mine. So I'm glad you guys are having a good time. All right, we're back, bro. We're back. I'm big dogging you right now. Oh shit, I got to change it up.
What I was gonna say, you were talking. So the last thing that I heard you say was the absolutes in other sports, and it's actually kind of interesting because there are the actual like absolutes, but even like baseball, for example, the strike zone is kind of up for debate, and that's where people can get pissed about it too. But in regards to judging, I know I mentioned Helwani a couple times in our podcast yesterday, but he did on his platform, they do these like uncrowned films, and one of them they went with Big John McCarthy to his referee school in Vegas. I did a reaction video to it for my channel members, and they had Adelaide Bird. I you probably remember her. She's a boxing, very controversial. I think her husband was the ref for Mayweather McGregor, and Big John McCarthy was giving her props for trying to get better at understanding the MMA rule set. And I'm like, wait, we have somebody that is actively judging UFC fights and other professional MMA bouts, but they have to, and she's been doing it for a long time, and they are giving her a pat on the back for trying to get better. And I know, you know, improvement mindset, everybody should always try to get better at what they're doing. Right. But the fact that Big John McCarthy is like, hey, by the way, you suck at this and you're trying to get better, and she's been doing fights for years, is crazy to me. So I think there's definitely a massive shortcoming with the judging, and that's where that whole argument of control versus damage comes in, is because there are refs and judges that, or not, I'd say more judges than refs, that actually don't know what they're looking at when it comes to applying the rule set.
Yeah, no, it's fucking weird. You're right. I didn't know that Adelaide Bird was getting praised by anybody after some of the worst scorecards in boxing history. Holy shit. But, you know, it is what it is. All right. God bless her for trying. But that's the issue. What the fuck are we giving out participation trust? Well, we really are happy she's trying. She just cost this person X amount of millions of dollars, and you know, a controversial loss that changed the trajectory of their like fighting career. But you know, you're trying to understand the rule set. Pat you right on the fucking back. Goddamn. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, hey, a bunch of people lost money because of the decision too. Like, you know, even aside from the fighter's career, on the much more short-sighted, selfish side of things is like even people in our chat losing out on money because of a scorecard she might give out.
I know. You're right. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's some fuck shit, man. I'm going to close out this poll right here, and we're going to get it a run up to the main card. All right. Let's see what the poll is. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. Cody No Love by a decision is the masses call for this one, which, you know, I kind of had a strong expectation of such. The Cody No Love decision side, I don't have the percentage though of what it's at because it's not loading in, man. So YouTube, man, what's up, YouTube? What the hell, man?
Let me see.
YouTube.
Garbrandt decision was 29%. I just clicked on your stream.
You can see
YouTube.
it. I can't see it over here
on the YouTube side of things. Yeah,
good check, bro. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes the live chat with the polls, I've noticed after doing them all the time, occasionally it's like it'll freeze. You got to like reload the damn screen. But good to know the people in the chat can see it, because at the end of the day, I know my call, but I'm glad to see that the people are thinking the same thing here. Decision 29%, but 27%. It's a tie, long decision, and money line, no love. Whatever you guys want to do, whatever feels right at the end of the day, you know. I see we got some long Xiao support coming in. You came in late, bro. We've been fucking going no love for the past 10 minutes talking about it. Huh? Long Xiao wins easy. We'll see fight night. We'll see fight night. We need some good American fighters, man. You know, the Americans, we're kind of on a downward trajectory as of late. I'm excited for Luke Fernandez this weekend. That'll be cool. Hopefully he can, you know, get up in a big way, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to get ready to run main card polls up in here. So we got 5 fights on the main card. Honestly, the rate that you and I are going, the way we're chatting, we might end up missing the press conference live.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, let's run it here.
What time is the press conference at?
I thought it was at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern time, but maybe they pushed it back. Let me change. Let me do a double check. It's not like this press conference is necessarily going to have any base takes. They'll be asking Holloway what happens. You know, it is what it is. We find out Saturday. Oliveira will probably say he's anointed by God for victory. Rosas will yell at Chihuihuis, something like that. And is anybody else, maybe, you know, Dober and Michael Johnson, if they're there, they'll have a little light back and forth about who's knocking out who. But, you know, no expectations of like any chaos, which I miss the chaotic presses of the past. But, you know, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, like, can we get like a Michael Chiesa, Kevin Lee moment? Like, well, you talk about my mom. Like, we got to get those back, dude.
I know. I don't know. Like, I think ever since that fucking Nate Diaz, Hamzat backstage shit, I feel like the presses feel even more nullified than ever before. Like they're very bare bones. And it's just like, here's the presser and that's it. You got a press conference. Ask questions that are relatively generic and don't cause any stir. You know, I liked back in the day when, like, you know, John Jones is like, Luke Thomas, I don't like you. I'm not going to answer your question. Like, I found that fun. Like, there was a little more personality that everybody had. Whereas, like, nowadays, it's kind of just, I hate to say it, but it's kind of bland, man.
Yeah, it's soulless. It's soulless.
Yeah,
How do we feel? Dana, we're in Vegas for the 15th time this year. How do we feel about being in Vegas again? It's like, God, man.
The weather's great. This is fantastic. We're at the Apex for boxing this Saturday. Zuffa boxing. Watch Power Slap on Friday. Like, it's nonsensical, man. But hey, I want to get to the fight.
Let's do it.
We can go off and start talking shit. You know, we'll be going sideways over here. All right. I'm going to get things ran up to the next one. I'm actually going to let you lead the way with this next one and tell us what your thoughts are for the matchup. We got Gregory Rodrigues and Bruno Ferreira to start off the main card. Also, guys, smash the like button, subscribe. Make sure you also check out my boy Fight Society. Got a good channel, and we'll definitely run some collabs. I'm glad there's been a lot of positive feedback on it, and we'll make it happen more often, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for this fight, obviously Bruno Ferreira won the first fight via KO. Short notice, UFC debut. I think it was a little bit of, not beginner's luck because he's a UFC fighter, but a little bit of that short notice juju where you come in on short notice, you got nothing to lose, you got your UFC contract, you're like, hey, it's all gravy at this point. Now, Gregory Rodrigues has also improved, in my opinion, a bit since their first fight. I don't think RoboCop is some championship level contender at any point in his career. I think that he's a little too straight down the middle. Head is on the middle line, or is on the center line far too often. But with that said, I don't see a repeat of the first fight. I think he's going to learn his lesson. I don't think he's going to just stand in the pocket. I think I saw you talk about this a little bit in your video too. He enters and engages and then stays in tight boxing range. And against somebody that he has 5 inches of height, 3 inches of reach on, I don't like that strategy. I think that as experienced as he is, he trains at a very high level gym. I think adjustments are going to get made. I think he's going to find a way to close the distance, land big shots, and then exit the distance where he gets, like Mighty Mouse likes to talk about, the void. A lot of RoboCop's career, he spent too much time in the void vulnerable. I think he hopefully has fixed that. I also don't rate Ferreira super highly. You know, he misses weight. I don't think his commitment is that great to the sport. I think it's a little bit of like one of those guys that's a jobber. He's there for a check. I don't see him being a championship contender either. I'm going to go RoboCop decision. I think it's going to be a little bit of a slugfest, but I don't see Ferreira landing that big KO blow that he did in the first fight. And given that, I think Rodrigues is the better fighter. So I'm going to go 29-28 Rodrigues.
I think that's a perfect prediction because something that I've been very excited about is Rodrigues to win with over a round and a half at plus 210. Because I'm thinking exactly what you are. Last time they fought, he was supposed to fight Brad Tavares, right? And that was his chance into the top 15. And at that time, RoboCop was on fire, you know? And then Brad Tavares pulls out. Who's this chubby Brazilian that comes in? And he's thinking, oh, I'm a dispatch of this guy in round one, and I'm going to pressure him. And he walked him down and was met with a perfect left hand towards the end of the first and flattened. So he knows that there's a possibility of big power from Bruno Ferreira now. Whereas last time, I think he was a little naive to the threat. And I do think last time out, he overlooked him. I look at both these guys since their previous meeting, and I think RoboCop is the one that has shown the improvements in technicality and patience. And Bruno Ferreira, his last fight, I think people are going to be like, oh, well, the cardio problems are not, as bad anymore, right? Well, he came in at 189. What happens when he cuts that extra 4 pounds to 186, And also Marvin Vettori, he's not knocking anybody out. What's his last finish? Carl Roberson 5 years ago? So I think Rodrigues, technically sound performance. If it's a knockout, I think it's a later stage knockout. But I definitely think KO or decision makes sense. And over 1.5 for Rodrigues is nice. MMA Dinga, thank you for the 5, bro. Doing Adley, more collabs with Wyatt, please, and thank you. That's a pre-fight slash post-fight show to be made here. MMA YouTube is missing a show like this. Hey, thank you, MMA Dinga. We appreciate that, man. I'm glad you guys liked it so much. I saw you too in my comment last night's live stream, I believe. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for dropping a 5. We appreciate you, man. He's in my
chat all the time. He's a beloved member of my chat. He's the best.
Amazing. I'm glad to see it, man. A nice mesh of like the beloved members of both our chats coming together, man. It's good shit. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, and on your point about Rodrigues, I mean, if you look back, I think what was it, 2023 that he lost to Ferreira? If you look back on his fights or his wins since, I mean, Dennis Tialulin, who gives a fuck about that guy? He sucks. But since then, Tavares, Christian Leroy Duncan, Roman Kopolov, Jack Hermanson, and then a loss to Jared Cannonier. That is high, even though it's a loss. It's a main event. It was an Apex main event, I'm pretty sure. High level experience compared to Ferreira. And if we talk about skill, I know that he lost to Cannonier. That's a way more high level skill for skill matchup than Ferreira. I think his last fight was Vettori, right?
Yep. It was
Vittori's
that Vettori
a blockhead, dude. Vittori's a blockhead that takes damage.
Yeah. Vettori, especially now, like Vettori 5 years ago was different. Yeah. But I mean, he's looked god awful over recent years. So yeah, I'm completely with it, man. I think Rodrigues should clear. The odds of the fight have Rodrigues as like a 2-1 favorite. And surprisingly, though, and I'm actually surprised here, the chat's rocking with the dog a little bit more than I thought. 41% of the people are actually going Bruno Ferreira. I see M. Bobo. He says, I'm rocking with the dogs this main card. Okay.
Coming off of knocking out RoboCop, I can understand the visual of he knocked him out in their last fight. He's going to win. But if I'm not mistaken, the guy that lost the first fight wins the rematch more often than the guy that won the first fight. So
unless it's Volkanovski, you know, you're absolutely right. Yeah, outside, obviously, Islam, but with Holloway, I agree. And I think like the UFC debut, I don't want to say luck with short notice, but we've seen these kids come in and it's like, who the fuck is that guy on a debut? And then it's like, wait, who the fuck was? I don't know who that guy was. You know, like then you see future fights from them. And it's just not the same level. Like Rolando Romero, when he debuted against David Onama, he looked like a savage. And then Timmy Kawamba destroyed him the fight after, you know, and there's been others that have like went out and had solid debut showings and then they follow it up with like a bit of a dud. And, you know, granted, Bruno Ferreira is a vet now, but like nothing tells me Bruno Ferreira is on the cusp of top level. And even though I don't think Rodrigues is necessarily on the cusp of like top level beyond like maybe number 10 in the world, I do think like he just shows me more will to win. Like I feel like if you had to guess who's dreaming of this shit more, it's him. He's like putting his life on the line for this shit, coming in jacked and shredded, eating right. Whereas like Bruno's missing weight. I'm sure he's having a good time. I don't know what the equivalent of like Five Guys burgers and fries is in Brazil, but like I think he's probably getting a cheeseburger on a Friday night and having a milkshake and shit like that a little more often.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you on that. I'm definitely going RoboCop. And like we said, not a ton of finishing ability from RoboCop. I know he KO'd Jack Hermanson, but I'm going decision 29-28.
I like it. I'm going to run a quick poll for the chat with Rodrigues over 1.5, and then Rodrigues decision, Rodrigues KO. But because there was a lot of love for Ferreira, I will throw in an option of Ferreira to win by knockout as well, which I don't think happens. Like, I think he got his miracle last time. And I feel like, even in that last fight, I don't know, I went back and rewatched it. I was like, he caught him. But like, if that fight goes a little longer, RoboCop breaks. I'm like, Dustin Stoltzfus was on his way to potentially getting Ferreira out of there. But then he hits him with the spin elbow. I just think Ferreira, bro, like the reason I make the joke about the Five Guys thing, I get this very undisciplined vibe from him. And like that, I think that he's losing. So yeah, we're both on it, man. We'll see what the chat decides as we run up through the poll here. I'm gonna see if there's anything crazy on the side of the chat over here. AJ, who wins in a fight, Herb Dean or Amanda Nunes? I'm going Nunes rear naked choke in the second round. I think Herb's got some punches in round one, but I think he'll gas. That beer belly is giving out. Nunes survives the storm and then hits him with a big right hand, takes his back and chokes him out. That's my pick. What do you think, bro? You in it?
I'm going. I mean, if you're asking me Herb Dean from whatever it was 15 years ago when he had a couple pro fights, I would have taken Herb Dean. But we're now talking about a 50-plus-year-old man with a beer belly. I'm going with Nunes early. Stop
early. I respect. I respect the base take, man. Holy shit! Is dog week? Charles RDR Dober Ferreira in the two Codys. We'll get to these other fights, but. You're trying to be it's like too much dog hunting. I will be shocked if underdogs swept the main card. I think there's some clear favorites that have paths to victory for sure. But we'll get to all of it. We're gonna close out this poll here. We got Ferreira KO at plus 265 being the winner of the poll. But this is just the unfortunate reality though. We had all the Rodrigues props getting more love, but that was the one for Ferreira. So that's the one thing that can biasly sway sometimes with the PropAholics chat, because if I just put one line of so-and-so, it could end up getting all the love. So there is a small percentage though that likes this for a KO side. I'm against that side strongly. I like that over 1.5 a lot. I think we're going to see this fight go a little long. And I think we see a nice technical performance from a RoboCop, and you should handle business in the spot, man.
Yeah, it's like the visual of him getting knocked out in the last fight, like I mentioned, would make people think, oh yeah, but I think RoboCop comes away from that and he goes, I need to make changes. I need to be more disciplined. I don't think he walks into the shots that he walked into last time.
Agreed. Completely agreed, man. This next one should be cool. I'm curious to see where we link up on this one. Let me throw the poll up for the chat. Prime Herb Dean gives her problems, bro. People forget, man. Hey, WZ, WKZ, Prime Herb Dean, man. Even back then, though, he didn't have great cardio. So I can't imagine in his 50s, if we're talking now, he's surviving the savage, the most dangerous woman possibly in the world's onslaught. We're going to get ready for the next fight up here. Let's get the timestamp ready. I'm going to save myself the headache of timestamping after, bro. So I'm doing it now.
All right.
Next fight on the card, we got Drew Dober, Michael Johnson going after it. I think you got to go Dober to survive slickness early, walk him down, second or third round, clubs him with a bomb. Southpaw versus southpaw, Dober's calf kick could be a factor with Johnson's more wide, front leg heavy boxing stance. I think we're going to see Dober end up losing early portions of the fight, maybe even the first round and a half. But that power edge is just on my mind. And I feel like Michael Johnson's win against Daniel Zellhuber, when he did it, it was great. But then seeing Bobby Green maul him this past weekend, I'm like, let's hold it a second. Let's hold it a second. Bobby did it to him as well. Now we got Dober going out, and he's got a good track record against slick fighters. I think it's Dober with some heavy hands. I feel like second or third round, he's ended up trapping Michael Johnson towards the cage and unloading and rocking him. And the Johnson chin gets exploited a bit here, man. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the little bit of meme in me wants to say, you know, Dober's fighting a black guy. He's obviously going to win. But
the meme is right.
Yeah. But even like but when you compare them and you think, okay, Dober's lost, he's kind of, you know, 1-1, lost one for his last few fights, and Johnson's on a 3-fight win streak. To your point, Michael Johnson's 3-fight win streak, I think it is against much lower level competition than Drew Dober has fought. And I know Drew Dober's come up short in his last few fights, but Gene Silva loss, Renato Moicano loss, Manuel Torres loss, and then he had the Kyle Prepolek win. But that's a lot of high level competition, despite the win losses there. It's high level competition, whereas Michael Johnson, I think, is overly confident, getting multiple wins against mid competition. I mean, Zellhuber, I rated him really highly when he first came into the UFC. I was like, damn, this guy's massive for 155. He's over 6 feet tall. This guy's going to be a problem. But to see him get chinned by Bobby Green, and then also the loss to Michael Johnson, I'm like, okay, this is not somebody to rate that highly. I'm going to say Michael Johnson, overly confident based on his recent success. Round 2 KO. Big shots.
I like it. I think round 2 KO makes a lot of sense.
He's
I feel
slick
like
enough to survive early,
yeah,
but I think that Drew Dober, I mean, he's got bricks for hands. You know, I know he's like win one, lose one. He's got 15 career losses, but he's got bricks for hands. And I think it's hard to go a full 15 minutes and not walk into one of those shots, not run into something nasty.
You got plus 675 for that Dober round 2 KO as well.
There you go. There's something. Make some money on that one.
That's exciting, man. Wait, since when does Dober have more power than Michael Johnson? I think since always.
Yeah.
Michael Johnson's got fast hands. PDX, thank you for $9.99. He's got fast hands. It's slick hands Johnson all day. Like, he can move, my God. But Dober tends to do pretty good against slicksters. I mean, if you look, like, Manuel Torres is the death touch. Yeah. And Manuel put him out early. But, like, Manuel is dropping a lot of people at 155. Even though John Silva did ultimately get the doctor's stoppage, like, he was still walking forward on John Silva and walking through some of his big shots. And, like, I think Michael Johnson, it would have to be like a, you know, near perfect type of performance from him, where he's technical from range, avoids the big shots, and, you know, potentially takes a unanimous decision. That'd be the way I think Johnson wins. I know some of the chat seems to be on Johnson with like 40% going towards his side. And I don't think you're out of your mind or anything like that. He's a slight favorite for a reason, but I just don't trust in him. So I would rather back the underdog on Drew Dober, especially with the punch and power, over a slickster that eventually is probably getting trapped in a bad position against the cage and potentially getting put out.
Yeah, and Michael Johnson gets, I mean, and obviously it makes sense. You have success early in the fight, you start to get more confident, but Johnson is an ego type of fight. I mean, you do bodybuilding, you know, lifting, that type of stuff, you know, ego lifters. Michael Johnson's an ego fighter. He starts to build confidence early. He puts himself in some bad spots and relies on his head movement. I don't think he navigates that, like, minefield of Drew Dober for a full 15.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The ego lifters, the ego fighters, it definitely blends in, man. I'm no ego lifting, bro. I'm actually on a fucking cut right now, bro. Fucking dialed in, dude. I'm down 20 pounds starting the year off, actually, man. I fucking had gotten bulk mode city, bro. The belly was coming out and shit. Like, you know, Christmas holiday season comes, you go from 195 to 208 in a matter of 5 weeks. And yeah, I'm down to like 188, bro. I'm getting slim, bro. I'm getting Slim J up in here.
Nice, dude. And you gave up the weed recently, right? That probably helped with the cut, huh?
Yes, dude. I stopped smoking weed about 7 months ago, actually to the day. And yeah, bro, I was like you know, big fan of weed. Like, I liked it a lot.
Oh, I still smoke.
Yeah, I respect it. Listen, and I do it during the stream and stuff. And it was like, for me, the reason I stopped is because I started getting frustrated with my energy levels. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I've been, I don't know, I think overly smoking throughout the day. And to be fair, though, you're in a great state for it. You're in Cali. You can get premium rec weed. You walk in, you get your good shit. I got some, maybe it's a conspiracy, but I don't know, man. That Florida medical thing they got going on, I don't know. I've had a couple people tell me the same thing. I don't know, man. This shit is just not hitting like it used to. So I was just like, you know what? If it's recreational legal here and we get it like how it is in Cali, sure, I'll go and I'll check it out. But for now, I'm going sober, Jay, until things are needed. But I did find it fun though, doing streams, fucking, stoned as hell. There's been some bangers,
Yeah, same here, man. Like for me, I would be hitting the pens a lot.
Dude, I was a penaholic too, bro. Big time.
Yeah. And I just realized that I felt like it was like kind of taking over my day a little bit, where like it became like too easy of a dopamine hit. Like it was unearned dopamine. And I think that doesn't bode well for like motivation and things like that. But for the most part, I'd hit the pen. And I realized that I had a couple videos I put out that and when I was editing, I was like, my energy could have been way better. And so I'm off the pens and I just smoke a little J at night. I just at the end of the day, after I work out, after the videos are done. Yeah.
Yes. That if there, because eventually, I'll smoke again. I'm not like anti-weed. I know I talk about my sober trek, but it's not from like a hateful place of weed. It's more just like, dude, the all day thing was killing me. I was doing lunchtime shows and I'd be like, yo, man, I'm gonna take a rip and do it off camera, but you do a rip.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, you finish the stream, you're a little out of it. You go to work out. It's like, you don't have that same factor. And then I'm like, certain things, like you said, my girlfriend was like comparing videos of me from when I was smoking, like sometimes before the video to now. And it's like my eyes look like zombified. I'm like, down, yo, guys, we're breaking it down full card. And versus now I have that little oomph. I like Joe Rogan, bro. He said at night he would grab the joint, have a good time, relax, and kind of wind down. And I think that's like the money way to do it, bro.
Yeah, it's earned, like, not to like be all off on this like dopamine thing, but earned dopamine. Like you made it through the day, you're winding it down. Yeah. And I think that if you do that shit all day, like, and I've gone through big breaks because I played college baseball, so I used to have to take big breaks for drug testing and stuff. Yeah. And then even I've had a couple times, even like up until about a year ago, I hadn't smoked in like over a year just because I was kind of bored of it. And now I'm in a smoking phase again, but I think people get too, there's no physical addiction to it. I know we'll move on with the fights in a sec, but
no, keep going.
There's not like a physical addiction to weed that the way that there is like alcohol or like crack, where like you have actual physical withdrawals, but there's the emotional dependency, like the emotional regulation of it, almost like smoking a cigarette. And that's what I didn't like, was feeling like I needed something like that to balance me out. I didn't like something having control over my mood or motivation like that.
I think that's exactly where I was at. You spoke about that, the control thing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to show myself that I can move forth like without like needing it per se. And it's been 7 months now off of it, but
Congrats,
eventually, awesome. Thanks, man. Eventually I would like to add in a couple times a week, a chill nighttime, even a nighttime stream where it's like, that's like kind of the vibe. But dude, the all day thing was really getting to me. Like, it was like, you feel like fucking low T, honestly. I was like, holy shit, like motivation dim, like, oh, I'm sleepy all day. I was groggy, man. It was definitely, for me, it was like, all right, it's necessary to stop, because since I started, I hadn't taken more than like a 3-week break. Gotcha. And I started at like, 5-6 years before. And but it used to be like every night. And then it was like phases of through the day, but I'm like, I got to cut this shit out. But dude, then it just became daily. And it was like, I couldn't find the way out. I was kind of feeling like I was stuck in the hole. I was like, you know what? I'm going all the way out. And then if I want to go in the shallow end of the pool and have a good time, we'll talk after. I'm thinking a year is when I'd consider giving it another go.
Yeah, I'm a pothead for life, I think, in some degrees. Like I started smoking in like 8th grade, dude. I started smoking almost daily when I was like 13 or 14. Savage. And so that type of thing. And it's in California, it's like kind of like that. Even like my best friend Ben, he's in the chat here somewhere. I saw him in here somewhere. Benny Frank OG. I know he's watching right now. He was texting me, but me and him, we started smoking like 8th or 9th grade, something like that. And that's just kind of how it goes, at least, especially when it's a weed legal state. You finish baseball practice freshman year and people are like, yo, come to the parking lot with us. And it becomes a part of the routine,
Yeah. No, and it's a nice time. Remember, I was doing jiu-jitsu for a while and it was literally you roll and then you fucking smoke right after. Like, that was the fucking vibe, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, UC Fluger, thank you for the 5. Hey, yo, the Benjamin makes chiefing all day way too easy for real. Also, who you got? Yuri Ulberg. I think Yuri 4th round KO. I'm going to go Yuri to walk through the early storm and pull this shit off, man. Thank you for the 5, bro. What do you got?
Oh, I got Yuri winning that fight. I don't like the idea for Carlos Ulberg's sake. I don't like the idea of the tappy city kickboxing style against somebody as chaotic as Yuri. I think it's too much for Yuri.
Agree.
I'm sorry. I think Yuri's too much for Ulberg.
No, I know what you meant. Yeah, no, I fully agree. W used Fuger. Did AJ say he's looking to get back? No, listen. I said after a year we'll talk. All right, chill. Chill. And after a year we'll talk, man. Yo, the chat gives me a hard time if I miss on a fucking lock pick or anything like that or a main event. Yo, bro, Stoner J was better with the picks. Bring back ganja breakdowns and shit like that. But I don't know, man. I think I'm better without it, like on the picks now. At least better without like the all day shit because I think the brain is clear. All right, we got the poll closing out. Listen, the Dober KO is the A side, as expected. You know what I'm saying? We kind of all had it in our minds. Dober would drop some hands on him, potentially put him away. We're about to get up now to the big fights on the card. You know, it's kind of just been chill sesh with this undercard stuff. But like, I am stupid excited to get into some of the big matchups. There's a lot of good ones on this damn card, and we'll move on up and get into it in just a second. I'm gonna get the poll ready. This one, I know your side of it from our conversation yesterday, and I'm curious too to see how much the chat's against me. I believe in the side of Raul Rosas Jr. over Rob Font, and it doesn't seem like that is a crazy beloved picks by everybody. I think there's like a lot of underdog love. I know that people were telling me Lucas Tracy likes Font. My brother was telling me he likes Font with the hands. I know you said you like Font with the hands. I guess really I might be just a Raul Rosas' witness, bro. Years ago, I had done a terrible bet on him against C-Rod. I was really pissed off after. But like I always was like, this kid's grappling is going to be something, you know, and his control is going to be something. Granted, has he necessarily, lived up to it yet? I don't know. We'll see what happens this weekend. He's obviously a favorite in the spot, but I think that he's going to hit a lot of takedowns here, even if they do get back up to the feet. I think he can like kind of chain wrestle a little bit on Font. Takedown, maybe 2 to 3 around, even if Font's get up game is there, and just avoiding getting caught with like a big shot. But I am curious to see if he flattens Font out, you know, especially if he's able to do it kind of early in the fight. I'm thinking embrace the grind. You know, man, I said it to you. Yes, I'm thinking embrace the grind. You might have to get a pillow out for this one. I'm not telling you this is going to be something that is going to turn you into a Rosas fan, but I'm going him as the winner in this.
Yeah, man, like we talked about yesterday, I think, I think that if Raul Rosas puts his ego aside and just gets it out of his mind that he's going to have a good performance, I think he'll win fairly easily. I mean, I think he is stronger than Font. I talked about Font having that like kind of wiry, skinny build. Like you're saying, if he can flatten Font out, I think that he's going to win this in a smush fest like 30-27. But I don't know if the maturity is there yet for Raul Rosas to the point where I think he's going to be focused on having a coming out party type of performance. And I think he's going to try. And like I mentioned yesterday, he does this like kind of leaping in lead hook that he doesn't set up very well. And I'm going with Rob Font decision. I think that Raul Rosas is going to be a little too stubborn to fight the fight that he should fight. So I'm going to go Rob Font decision. I think we'll have one round where Rosas smushes him, but I think it's going to overall be way too much on the feet for Raul Rosas to win this fight, and we're looking at a 29-28. I know I'm a little bit of a 29-28 decision machine here today, but I'm taking Rob Font.
The 29-28, you're a decision merchant, bro. 2 rounds to 1. It is a win's a win, bro. Fuck it. You know, I think I'm really hoping that Rosas isn't so egotistical, but if we, bring some things based on evidence that I don't love about Rosas is his media days. He's always trying to flex like the lavish lifestyle clothes, and he seems very money focused, talking about retiring at 25. Like he comes across as an egomaniac. I gotta be honest, but I'm hoping the one place he doesn't carry that ego into is a fight against a longtime veteran and a true staple of the top 15. So like the fingers are crossed tightly because I'm putting Rosas in a parlay as a lock. All right. I'll tell you the rest of it if you don't know after. I think he's leg one for me. I think he's going to get this decision. I'm willing to back the Crimson Chin and hold on. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for the fucking ride. Bro, if he tries to strike, I'm going to lose my shit on the Fight Companion, bro. If he tries to strike, I'm going to get pissed. Like I'm going to scream, bro. I really hope he just goes lay and pray. Don't win any fans. We don't give a shit. Get your decision. And then, you know, if he wants to mix up some striking as he moves up the ranks and lose, that's fine. But I need him here against the OG.
Yeah, you know what the real frustrating thing would be to watch him get boxed up for 2 rounds and then decide to wrestle in round 3.
Oh, shit. That'll be worst case scenario. I know he's trained a lot of boxing, but I don't know, man. I don't think that he has a natural talent in boxing, whereas I think he's a fucking potentially great grappler. Like he's got just a real knack for positional control and seems like freakishly strong for a 21-year-old, especially getting to the UFC at 17. Like he does seem to have some real natural gifts as far as the strength goes. So hopefully he plays into his gifts and doesn't try and deliver excitement too much. Like I hope the UFC doesn't whisper to him, listen, Rosas, you get a knockout here, we'll give you something major. I hope he just fucking goes out and snooze fest it. Lay and pray. Or maybe he gets a rear naked choke. That'd be great.
Yeah, I hear you.
Chat going Rosas Jr. 69%. Okay. I already got props listed out. I'll read them off to you. Font by decision on your side, 3-1 odds.
Might be worth it.
Font by KO, 6-1. But I just don't think the Crimson Chin is going down. That's the biggest reason I'm against it. Over 2.5 rounds for this fight, sitting at minus 190. No, it's up now. Oh, shit, it was at minus 190 the other day. Minus 260. Jesus, I'm not even putting that in as a prop. That's kind of hot garbage, to be honest with you. Rosas Jr. decision, my side, plus 100. Rosas sub, plus 400. Dude, it's going to be a decision. Like, it's going over, but for the sake of PropAholics, you know, I'm trying to deliver some excitement, man. You know, if it's like, yo, man, the lock is minus 285, it's like, talk about boring the shit out of everybody, you know?
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what's the line on a Rob Font sub? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just, you know, for the DGens in the chat.
Rob Font sub is sitting upwards of plus 4,000, bro.
There it is. That's the lock of the night right there.
That's the lock, bro. If he gets them, holy shit. KZ just sent me a link in chat. KZ, I'm going to check it in 1 sec, man. All right. Bro, see, you know, the people watching, they don't know behind the scenes the pain in the ass of the polls going, flowing, and chatting. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the real Renaissance man doing multitasking at once, bro. But if I ever stare off into the void for a second, it's just because I'm typing some shit.
No, I got you. Hey, they call you the MMA expert for a reason. You know?
They do. That Rob Font jab is going to be landing on Chihuihuis all night. Damn, bro. KZ going based. I'll like your tweet, KZ, but like I'm definitely not reposting that shit because I'm going Rosas. He's got a big chin, KZ. I know you're based on the side of Font, but what happens if he's on his back, dude? That's what I'm thinking, you know?
True.
Holy shit, man. I'm thinking to myself, Rosas, lay and pray, snooze fest round 1, Font scrambles up to his feet round 2, caught in a fucking anaconda, bro. Make my weekend. That would be that'd be perfection, bro. I hope that happens, dude.
I think that the UFC 1,000,000% wants to see Rosas run through him and get like something exciting, like get the back in round 1 so they can, you know. I mean, I already see it right now. This is going to be the most like new generation matchup ever, but like a Rosas Peyton Talbot matchup, you know? Oh, I see them doing something like that on a pay-per-view or a numbered event main card.
Honestly, bro, I would love to see Talbot knock him out.
Like
I'll be rooting all Talbot all day and that, but I think I don't know. It's like I'm ready to say Talbot can stop takedowns now. I don't know if you are. That Cejudo performance was impressive, man. But that Barcelos one still whispers in my ear. Yep. Like if you told me Rosas was fighting Talbot, I'll go Talbot confident pick on the other side.
I think so too.
Be nice to see Talbot just fucking knee him in the face or some shit.
Yeah.
You know? Get that. See,
that's the thing is the Barcelos performance is a rough one to look back on. And I know that Cameron Simon, he hasn't had the best UFC career, but that Cameron Simon performance, I was like, okay, this dude Talbot's got something. If he can put it all together, this guy has a superstar type of style.
I feel like he's on the cusp of, I don't want to say like the next O'Malley, but like he has like a similar trajectory, but I'd argue he hits harder than Sean.
Yeah. O'Malley has become a little bit more of a sniper as the career has gone on, but he started out as more of a volume guy. And, you know, he did get more finishes minus the Aljo fight. He did get more finishes as that volume guy. It was kind of death by 1,000 cuts type of thing for O'Malley. And I feel like now he spends the entire fight trying to set up one shot. Whereas I feel like he could have pushed a little bit more against like Song Yadong, for example. I know he won, but I felt like he could have pushed a little more. I know Yadong's dangerous. You can't just take dumb risks, but I would have liked to see more from O'Malley in that Yadong fight.
I think it's with O'Malley just looking to snipe people out. It just tells me he's not going to win the belt again.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to win against Jan. Like I just don't think he can deal with the elusive striking and the pressure and the threat of wrestling.
Yeah,
I feel like
he should have lost the first Jan fight, in my opinion.
Yo, I'll be honest, I agree, but I did pick O'Malley there, so I was fucking dancing with
Me
the Savage.
too.
You did too.
Me too.
Like sometimes it's like, yo, man, you don't know how the judge is going to score it. I think if they do it again and it's at the White House, that'd be pretty sick. 5 rounds, maybe as the featured fight on the White House card. Absolutely. I'm really excited for this White House announcement because like I'm getting to the point where I'm sick of just like guessing on who's going to be on it. And I really hope for like some out of left field fight where I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see what happens, man. I think the poll is now up. Yes, we are. We're going to run it to the co-main event, man. We're putting Fight Society through the ringer, bro. You decided to join in on the show that takes me sometimes 3 hours. This show, man, we go long, man. I really try to just do like an in-depth read of all the props, and it's kind of like this is almost like the community study session for like the gambling side of the fights. Like I do this week's best of MMA bets, which is like everything like right in your face, rapid. I do props there too, but this is like the kind of back and forth, in-depth look. And yeah, bro, I've done a 3-hour one before, but I think we'll probably be at about 2:30 on this one here, something like that. So probably about another half hour at most.
Hell yeah.
Co-main event, Caio Borralho versus Reinier de Ridder. I can't go with de Ridder, regardless of the 6-pack looking more lean than last time. I just don't think if it's striking, he's able to outwork Borralho, but I know a ton of you guys in chat are loving the de Ridder to go out and pull off the upset because he's a huge underdog and, you know, he was supposed to be a potential threat to Khamzat Chimaev. But I lost a lot of faith in him after the fight with Allen, more just because of the way that it ended too. Like, I don't know, it's the lay and pray attempt into, you know, completely gassing and then quitting on the stool. I think Borralho stops a lot of the grappling. I think there could be a takedown or two from the side of de Ridder, but like I just have a hard time seeing a high-level grappler with good footwork and kind of that karate striking style get outworked by de Ridder in this spot. I know a lot of people are like, you know, they're really thinking about the Rob Whittaker fight. And wow, he was able to, you know, beat Rob Whittaker. But let's be honest, Rob Whittaker has literally had wars with everybody. And, you know, he's towards that twilight run of his career. And, you know, de Ridder, I picked him as an underdog there as a lock too, right? So it was also the betting side. I was happy he won, but, you know, when he got dropped, he was holding the fuck out of the glove. So, like, there are some, you know, little sneaky tactics de Ridder's got, which could keep him alive too in this fight. But I'm going to go Borralho decision, bro. What are you thinking?
I'm going to go Borralho decision as well. I like that we're kind of on the same page about most of these. It makes me feel better about my picks. But the thing is with Reinier de Ridder is he said that he had low testosterone. He said that he had things to work out, that he had to fix with his body after the Brendan Allen fight. He said he's needed to get blood work done and that he had changes to make. And then with all that said, he only took 4 months off. That fight was in October. So I don't really think, aside from maybe being more disciplined in camp, he changed a whole lot. I don't think he changed a whole lot. And then you look back through his run, because I was so high on Reinier de Ridder when he came into the UFC, but GM3, okay, fine. It's an all right win. Kevin Holland at middleweight in this point in his career, not a great win. Bo Nickel, I know that he bounced back with a win following his loss to RDR, but Bo Nickel, you know, got pushed too quickly against RDR, and then a win over Whittaker. And at this point, this generation of middleweights, everybody beats Rob. As much as I love Rob Whittaker, the new generation of middleweights, they all beat Rob Whittaker. Yeah. And so I actually think that I might have been too high on Reinier de Ridder. I think he's got a huge size advantage at middleweight because he's massive for the weight class. But like I mentioned in our podcast yesterday, I don't like the way that he awkwardly just like trudges in to try to get a body lock. And then from there, you know, he's a guard puller at times. Other times he's going to like the outside trip from the body lock. I think his only way is to like blob his way through the fight and get this boring, you know, knees to the thigh, body lock, try to grind it out. And I think Caio Borralho, one, is too smart. The fighting nerds are so analytical about their game plans, and they stick to the game plan well. He's the last of the 4 major fighting nerds to be trying to bounce back from a loss. I think Caio Borralho is too athletic and too well-rounded, especially compared to de Ridder, to go out there and lose a fight that I think he very clearly should win. And I'm going to go with Caio Borralho keeping it on the feet while RDR just trudges into 1-2s and calf kicks for the entire fight. I think we're going to see not the most exciting fight, but I'm going Caio Borralho, maybe 30-27. I think 29-28, maybe even 30-27, where de Ridder just gets outclassed.
I think that's pretty damn accurate to how I'm seeing it. It's just like de Ridder doesn't really have in this matchup the X factor that I think he needs, right? Because like submitting Borralho seems rather unlikely.
Yeah,
knocking him out, I don't think de Ridder can really gather enough like kinetic energy in his punches to really deliver with force against. Like if Amavov is not knocking you out, de Ridder's not knocking you out. It'd be the fluke of a century. And then I'm thinking about, like, you're right. The one pathway is the blob decision, cage pressure, controls from top a bit, and kind of neutralizes the athleticism. But I don't know. I just think rather unlikely. Chad is in agreement. Borralho 65%. I feel like the reason de Ridder is even getting some love is simply because, you know, they fall in love with the underdog, right? Seeing, no way, bro, this was the guy that was supposed to give Hamzat a run, et cetera, et cetera. And you look at the odds and you're thinking, wow, like I can get him at plus 210. Like this feels like a 50-50 fight. But that's where they get you, bro. Like that's where the bookies will really get you, is when they're giving you a bait here. They're like, hey, come, yeah, de Ridder, come on, plus 210. Like these guys that, you know, I've actually gotten the chance to talk to one of these bookies before years ago on my Moneyline show, and very interesting character. But like, I don't know, you can get like the little what is the word that I would use? They seem a little sneaky, like little mischievous dudes, you know, who's making these odds, but intellectual types for sure. And I'm definitely assuming now they got some crazy algorithms with AI. And this right here, to me, they're trying to bait in MMA fans that really, you know, watch the main events often, that maybe don't have as much respect for the fighting nerds' fight IQ. And they're like, well, he lost his last one. They're like, oh, de Ridder, oh, well, you know, he was injured and whatever. And they're trying to get like a plus 210 lay. But no, I don't think that happens. I think we're pretty live for Borralho on the scorecards, which is, you know, it's not the most entertaining fight. I think we'll be a little maybe underwhelmed with the style, but it is what it is, man. Likelihood of success, you got to go that.
Yeah, and on top of that, I see Void M8 or Void Mate right here. Just talked about the reach too. Like,
yeah,
Reinier de Ridder does not use his reach. He's massive for the division, but then he still has to get like this close to you to land anything, which is really, really not great. And on top of all of his weight cuts, I mentioned, he said that he cut weight too many times. I think he had 5 fights in 11 months, and he only took 4 months off, like I mentioned earlier. So for somebody like him, yeah, he looked more disciplined, the 6-pack showing through in the photo shoots, but he's a guy that looks like he's on death's door at weigh-ins. I think tomorrow will tell us a lot. I'm going with Borralho regardless, but how confident I am, whether that's confident or very confident, depends on how Reinier de Ridder looks on the scales tomorrow morning.
I think that's going to be a good look. And, you know, I do the weigh-in show every Friday after we get a look. And I always value that a lot in fights that there seems to be like the element of the weigh-in that matters here. You know, maybe de Ridder looks sensational. And then I really like seeing the ceremonials, the face-offs, because like, I'm like, okay, did they have a good rehydration? Like, oh shit, he cut, he got lean, and then he came in, oh, he looks filled back out. And I don't know, it can kind of give you a read on certain guys, how the camps went and how the cut went. And definitely the cuts play a factor, man. I'm thinking like Bruno Ferreira, if he does get knocked out, it's because cutting that extra weight's not working for him anymore because his diet's shit throughout the camp.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens, man. The chat has decided that Borralho by decision is the call at plus 115. Listen, you get a little plus money on it if you're thinking about playing it. This right here is like one that the appetizing side is the underdog. I see some of you guys in chat complaining. I just think you have to go towards what logic tells us, man. And logically speaking, Borralho is a stylistic nightmare for Reinier de Ridder, especially in a 3-round fight. Maybe if de Ridder's cardio was on point, it's a longer fight, he could draw things out. Maybe a tired Borralho gets his back taken and, is forced to defensively wrestle for rounds. But I think he's good, man. And I actually think he's going to look better than the Imavov fight. That layoff he had before to now coming back after like 5 months, I'm in.
Yeah, man. And like the thing is with RDR and with a lot of breakdowns, like I've even noticed myself doing this. I've heard Guru and other big creators talk about this as well. A lot of people look at a matchup and they go, okay, this is how, if I was this guy, this is how I would fight to win this fight. And they make their prediction based on that, as opposed to how the guy actually fights. Like if I was Reinier de Ridder in this fight, I'd be trying to take the fight to the ground, try to land some big elbows from top, maybe see if I can get around to the back on a get up or something like that. That's what I would do if I was him, but I'm not him. And the way that he fights is trusting himself on the feet way more than he should. And then going for like desperate grappling after he feels the fight slipping away, like even in the, what was it? The Brendan Allen fight, he was way too comfortable being on bottom. I know he's a great jiu-jitsu guy. He's like, oh, I'm going to throw up triangles. I think he went for a buggy choke on Allen too. That doesn't work in high level MMA. And I don't like that Reinier de Ridder uses jiu-jitsu, like gi jiu-jitsu principles in an MMA fight, because they just don't translate very often.
I completely agree. I honestly always get pissed when Cormier is, well, the gi makes you more technical. I'm like, DC, bro, what jiu-jitsu coach is fucking in your ear about this? Like, I don't buy it, man. Like I think that, I'll tell you from my personal experience, I did jiu-jitsu just no gi for a year. And then I went 6 months in the gi because where I was, training out of COVID had hit, and I don't know, there was more paranoia around COVID there versus elsewhere. I swear to God, when I went back to doing no gi after, I felt worse at jiu-jitsu. I said, I feel like I'm worse at this now. Then I don't know if that's a fucking, a hot take, but I generally felt like slower. I felt more awkward. I felt like I didn't have the transitional speed. I felt like the rate of everything felt like almost too fast. It's like, bro, I felt like I was riding the bike with training wheels. And I took them off, and like I thought I was a speed racer when really, like, oh, there's still some technical work that needs to be done. So I agree, man. Yeah.
I train in both. But I prefer the gi, or I prefer no gi way more than the gi. It just feels more athletic and more translatable to MMA.
Yeah, completely agree. No sprinkle on RDR sub, dude. I know PDX, you're a gem, bro. I know you got savage plays all the time. I can't bring it to myself, bro. No, not for me. But if you're feeling it, I wish you nothing but luck, man. Borralho decision's the call. RDR was getting taken down by a 19-year-old in the gym and did not get up. Listen,
there
man,
you go.
It's just, that's the secret weapon, bro. And now Borralho's getting handled. I don't think so. All right, we're jumping up in 1 second here to the main event, where I think I have such a confident pick on one side over the other. I was like actually a bit more surprised to see that there's some debate here. I thought it would be like a pretty consensus call. It's Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. Make sure you guys smash the like button, of course. Check out Fight Society's channel. Subscribe to him as well. Myself, of course, if you're new. I believe in this rematch. Max Holloway has the clear advantage, dude. Like, the striking level difference is vast, and I think more vast than people understand, because they're not looking at the small things Holloway technically does in striking, and then they're kind of looking at the big power that Oliveira has shown, but you're forgetting about the counter strike opportunities that he leaves. And then the other element of this fight too is, I mean, Charles Oliveira was badly knocked out by Ilia Topuria just 7 months ago, and I think the Mateusz Garbrandt fight has inflated many with the confidence that Charlie O is back in a big way. But let's remember, the Michael Chandler fight was a mid performance. He controlled, but that wasn't a great win. And then, obviously getting knocked out by Topuria, then beating Garbrandt, who came in on short notice in Brazil, and he looked sensational. That was fun. I was very happy for Charlie O. But Garbrandt offers a very minimalistic threat of knockout on the feet. And now you give him Max Holloway, who I think has hit his stride at 155. I think he's one of the best 155-pound fighters in the world. I think Max Holloway right now is the number 3 guy in the weight class. And I feel as though if he was at 145, the one guy that probably has his number is still Volkanovski. Maybe if Volk came up and they did a 4th fight, I don't know, maybe the extra weight could be a difference maker, though I'd probably consider picking Volk. Regardless, I think Charles Oliveira is towards that end of his career too, which a lot of people don't want to necessarily accept, but I feel like Max Holloway by knockout, it's potentially early, but obviously could be, Oliveira and him in a decent fight earlier on. And, Oliveira probably getting outboxed, but I don't trust Charlie O's chin it's not so much the chin is really the problem. It's just Charlie O's defensive abilities are just not necessarily there. He gets dropped all the time. And in his prime, he was getting dropped and coming back. And now at 36 to do it, I just don't think so. I think Max Holloway KO. I think Holloway KO is a lot, bro. I like the plus money play of that too, bro.
That's what I'm going with too. And I think it's incredible that Charlie Olives. I usually say Charles Oliveira. So you saying Charlie O is I kind of like it. I think I'm gonna stick with that too. But I think with Charles, it's crazy and amazing in some ways that he's made it this far in his career with such low fight IQ. Like, I hate to say that because I love Charles, but very low fight IQ. And I bring it back to the same point I made about RDR is there's how somebody should fight to win, and there's how they actually fight. If I was Charles Oliveira in this fight, if I was playing UFC 5 and I had the controller in my hand, I'm using some Muay Thai clinch, elbows and knees to get in on Max, and then I'm working to a body lock from there, and I'm trying to heavily trying to get takedowns and attack subs for Charles Oliveira. But knowing how Charles likes to fight, he did it with Topuria. He stayed on the feet too long with Topuria. I think Charles is going to walk himself into something vicious and get himself dropped. And I think we're past the days of Charles getting dropped and using his guard as recovery. Like, that shit's been patched, in my opinion. And so I'm thinking, I think he's going to stick around for a while. I know we talked about round 1. I still think that Charles can stick around for a while, and he's tricky enough to make it complicated for Max. But I still think we're going to see Max win the first, win the second, win the third, and then Charles in late round 3 or early round 4 is going to be like, fuck, I really got to make something happen here because this fight's slipping away, and we're going to get a late round 3, early round 4 TKO KO type of win.
I like what you're saying, because under 3.5 was actually what I was thinking about including here as a potential votable option for the people, man. Under 3.5 minus 115. Holloway by KO just seems like the lock to me is plus 165. The Charlie O sub lovers, you guys are going to love it. Oliveira sub plus 325. I am putting the DGen Holloway KO round 1 at plus 750 as a votable option, but I'm assuming that shit probably comes in last place. But, gotta have a little faith on my guy. As far as the Holloway pick, 60% of the chat in pretty strong agreeance here for this outcome, which I anticipated. Actually, I think for the most part, chat has been pretty accurate. But actually, no, excuse me. The line flipped right as I was doing 51-49. So you guys are actually pretty twisted. Like, this surprises me how people are because I think an element of it is like what you're saying. An element of it is exactly what you're saying, actually, bro, is how the, Charlie O perfect game plan would look versus the reality of the fight. He throws himself in the fire, MMA Dinga, thank you for the $2. Keep the dual stream going for a live presser reaction. Yeah, I mean, we definitely could make that happen as we finish off this last fight. We can do it. Thank you, bro. I don't know if fights aside, I don't know. He's got things going on. He's got stuff too. So fully
I
up
can
to
stick
him.
around, dude. I can stick around if you want.
So yeah, we can chop it up, man. I'm excited to see it. At presser, hopefully there's some good moments, but my assumption is it's a business press conference, but we'll see.
Oh yeah.
4.5 plus. Right now. Oh shit, the props didn't load in. All right, I'm gonna put the props in now. I thought they already loaded in. Let's get the votes up in here. And then at the end, I want to get a few of your favorites, man. I want to hear your prop parlay. If you were to put together 2 or 3 legs, what would be it after we get to it? I kind of have, I think, a decent read on what I like, which, dude, there's some like DGen prop parlays that can come together on this card. And I don't know if you looked at next week's card already. I don't know if you plan on doing picks for that one, but bro, I feel like there's like some clear locks on that card.
It's an Apex card next week, right?
Apex, yeah. Apex card, man. I honestly fuck with the Apex for
Emmett and Vallejos. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a good Apex main event.
Yeah.
PDX, thank you for $9.99. To fight Sidey's point, you think the fact that it is for the BMF fight makes it more likely that Oliveira stupidly tries to throw hands? I would say yes. And I know Diego Lima spoke about this. He said, we're the better MMA fighter. I saw it on the countdown. And I think he's trying to emphasize that like they're looking to mix in some takedown. That's what he's being told to do. Like, listen, take his ass to the ground. But dude, I don't have faith in Charles Oliveira to follow a smother grappling game plan. You know, like, is he gonna somehow try and just press forward? Like, Charlie O's always in firefights. I can't remember, many of Charlie O's boring fights. I guess the Chandler fight was maybe the worst of the recent bunch. But yeah, dude, I think so. What do you think, Fight Society? You think so, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know. I think I think Diego Lima, his coach, is saying like, Charles, double leg, body lock, outside trip, something. And it's Charles Oliveira. He's a buzzsaw. He's going to go in there and try to buzzsaw Max. And I think that's the wrong guy to do it against. You can do it against Garbrandt. Gamrot's got pillow hands, but Max, a little bit slower at 155, but a lot more power at 155 compared to 45. Yeah, I think the BMF might make it more likely that Charles does this, but we'll see. I think Charles is also I think they're both looking past each other slightly because they're both talking about a McGregor matchup. They're both talking about Ilya and stuff like that. So Charles has such low fight IQ. I love him to death, but God, man, it's low fight IQ. I think he's getting KO'd.
Yeah, I think so, bro. I think so. Thank you for the donor, my boy. Hey, Paku, what's up, man? I know we did an early shoot today, man. Montes sub, lock the card. You got a whole unit track to plus 275. Paku, I think you about to take home a dub, my boy. I think Montes sub, man. Everybody I know is Montes sub fanatics. Mr. KO, thank you for $9.99. Charlie O by submission. It's getting a ton of votes in the live chat. I see it, man. Thank you for $9.99, my boy. A lot of people liking that Charlie O submission side. We'll bring it in full screen here. I'm thinking about just getting the presser on the side here. Let's see. They got it running. There are some questions being asked. The press conference watch alongs are never my favorite. I don't know if you ever do them on your channel.
Sometimes I'll do a reaction, but I never really do press conference watch alongs because they're boring these days. The press conferences. I
just have it on in the background and we'll just chatter a little bit and continue. But I don't have much high expectations for the presser, man, unfortunately. I got to ask you, though, as we run through this card, and you can also mention if there's other fights in the card that you like a prop for. What would you drop if you said, yo, man, you got to do 3 favorites? What would be your little prop cycle that you come up with?
I would say Holloway, KO. If I had to pick just winners, I'd say Holloway, Borralho, and like Donte Johnson, just on like straight money lines. But if you want methods, I'd say Holloway, KO, Borralho decision, Donte Johnson by finish.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that's a very live 3-leg too. And I can see what the line is looking like over here. Let's pull it up. So the Holloway KO side, I'm with you 100%. I think that would be my like staple prop that I do for this card. Borralho by decision also looks pretty likely. The odds for it sitting at plus 115, plus 120. Just those 2 legs alone, plus 494. But if then you add in is Donte Johnson savage finish call, which I think makes a ton of sense. You're looking at lines of plus 672. So Fight Society's prop cycle for you guys, I think, is pretty high likelihood of success. I'm going to do one as well. So I'm going to back my confident pick horses. All right. I'm going with the side of Max Holloway knockout. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to drop some hammers. Okay. And then we're not just doing Max Holloway KO. I'm doing the Rosas side. I'm going Crimson Chin to do a little bit of a decision work. You know, it might be a snoozer. You might start falling asleep, but it is what it is. Those 2 lined up. And then I'm throwing in one more. I think I have to go towards the side of the over 1.5 and the win at the plus 200-ish mark for Gregory Rodrigues, plus 1682 for a little DGen 3 that's lining up nicely for me, man. I think that shit's going to happen, bro.
Nice. I see from the press conference, somebody asked Dana about the Eddie Hearn Tom stuff.
What did he say?
Let me see. He said that he has no issues with Eddie being a representative for Tom. He says me and Tito didn't used to get along, and Tito used to represent people, and we still got fights done. So
okay, that's
kind of a nothing answer out of for him to call Eddie Hearn a pussy and then say I have no problem with Eddie being Tom's manager. Yes. I think that's the PR diplomatic answer.
Yeah, that is PR diplomat type shit from Uncle Dana. Holy shit. Well, Holloway by KO came in second place. The Oliveira fanatics are out, and they went Oliveira sub plus 325 against our confident prop. But I think it's just the Oliveira's witnesses are strong supporting their guy by submission. But I don't know. I'm against the naysayers of the Holloway ground game being a deficiency, because I think the way Oliveira subs him, he's got to drop him. And I don't think so. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. And like I was saying, man, how he should fight versus how he does fight with Charles is a big thing. Like in the Topuria fight, I think he was just fucked from the start because he did get out grappled by Ilya as well. Yeah. I mean, Ilya crucifixed him and all that. But I think Max, he actually has an opportunity to out grapple. But is he going to take the fight there? I don't see it happening.
I don't see it. I think
he's practicing in sparring. He's practicing the point at the ground and throw hands. You know, like that tells me what Charles is thinking for this fight.
Yeah, I completely agree, man.
Hey, are you looking at the press conference right now?
Huh?
Can you see the press conference right now?
I have it on the side screen here. Yeah.
Drew Dober looks like he's fucking dying, dude. That weight cut the day before.
That's Holy crazy. Shit, he looks terrible.
Yeah, bro, what Thursday afternoon, he's crazy sucked out. That's bad, dude.
Damn.
I think they added this fight like a week ago, right? Or 2 weeks ago. It was a short notice fight.
Dober might be getting fucking slapped now. I'm still listen. I gotta stick to the heartfelt pit. And we got fucking Michael Johnson's outfit is something a legend here. Holy shit! Holy shit! What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Oh, I like that you did that Tom Aspinall declared war on Dana White video, man. I'm just seeing that for you now.
Oh yeah, it's doing good numbers. It's got like solid, like 9K in 4 hours. Pretty good.
That's sick. That's popping off, bro. That's a badass type video, man. That's good shit, man. Bro.
Well, and that's what I like about the news reactions is it doesn't take a whole lot of, like, if I'm doing picks, and I'm not saying this is like me not wanting to do picks or anything.
No, for sure.
But the stuff that involves technical breakdown and tape study, the turnaround time is longer. Whereas, like, I looked at Instagram, saw that Tom Aspinall signed with Eddie Hearn, and I find like 3 or 4 other related things, like Adesanya talking about fighter pay this week and stuff like that. A few little things, and I can get a video out in less than an hour. You know?
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Turnaround time is nice for that, man.
Yeah,
that's good shit, bro. Oh, you're doing good, man.
Thank you, bro.
I want to link the people up with your channel as well as the collab video. If they haven't seen it, give it a watch. Fight Society and I chopped it up. All right. He's entering the dark side of the picks coming here too, which I'm excited for him, man. I think it's a good thing to have. I feel like, but with the news stuff that you got going on, it's nice though. Like I say, I don't want to just call you news trader. You're an MMA YouTuber.
Yeah, right.
News Mac, bro. At least I call you about that yesterday.
Yeah. I don't take offense to it though. It's self-inflicted because I do a lot of news reactions, you know.
Good shit though. The news is fun, man. Yeah. Hey, Sean exclusive. Thank you for $4.99. This is going to be the best UFC event ever. Luke Fernandez, Cody Brundage, and Caio. See y'all at the bank. I think you mean because of the betting side, not because of the damn name value. But hey, all love, Sean exclusive. Thank you for $4.99, bro. Paku, thank you for subbing to the boy. Yes, he's a G. We had a good time, man. Listen, I'm not going to stick it on live too long. What I'm going to do for you guys in probably like 15 minutes, I'm going to go get a little snack. I'm going to do a members only stream here in a little bit and, close out here with the boy Fight Society. But go watch our video, watch his latest video. He's got it up in the channel. Go sub to him. And I'm sure we'll do something again, man. The Propaholics back and forth. It's a long show, man. It's a long shoot, but I hope you enjoyed it, man.
Oh, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Especially like talking about the odds and the betting. That's something like, because usually I'll do breakdown and picks on a technical standpoint, but adding the betting side of it too, really interesting. It makes my brain work a little harder. It gives me more to think about, dude. So I appreciate you having me on and working with me and stuff like that. I think we got great chemistry. I'd love to work with you going forward too.
Absolutely, bro. We'll make some stuff happen, bro. Chat, we'll talk to you all soon. All love. Smash the likes. Subscribe to both the channels, mine and Fight Societies, and go watch that collab. It was a banger. I'll see you guys in members in a little bit, all right? Peace out, everybody. Good night. Blessings to all.